Hit it, Law. Go ahead and hit it.
Oh, yeah.
The one who made the rules, right? Do it.
I don't make the rules now.
We don't make the rules, baby. Let's
go.
go.
Let's go with it, man. Come on with it.
Hold on. You got some more back there, Law? Go for it.
Whoa.
Come closer than close.
Y'all just know how it goes, man. Come on.
Original, they never will be.
It says never. Come on with it. Let's get it, Cowboy Nation.
What? Nobody does it better. Man, we got a special guest in the house, man.
Yeah.
We've been trying to do this for a year now, huh?
The final word.
No better time than the present. You understand?
Yeah.
We got that boy Landlord in the building, boy. Y'all better look out.
What's happening? Mama, we made it.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Landlord, you was asking me something before we started.
Yeah, Mr. Boss Cowboy, how did you feel about the loss the Dallas Cowboys just took?
I'm gonna be all the way honest, bro. I'm all the way off the emotions of the regular season. I'm not in it. So it's a lot of people, you know, I can see that, and I'm just keeping it real. It bothered them greatly that we lost.
The final word.
But I learned from last year that
the final word.
I'm not saying that Miami game, but I did learn at the end of the seasons that we gonna likely start getting into some experiment modes, getting to the playoffs. So at this point, I'm even prepared to, after Detroit, to look at the final game like preseason. That's where I am.
Like preseason.
Totally. Because we did it last year.
Experimentations.
Because you know it's a whole lot of people, I'm gonna be honest, man. I feel like a lot of people got ancient rules that have evolved. You know what I mean? We gotta finish strong in December. We gotta go into the playoffs hot. Man, we'll talk about it after we go.
The final word.
Let's go.
I just wanna run it up.
All we wanna do, man, is run it up.
Really in the field, let up.
Hey.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Half a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Kinda check the song. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change to the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, I'm with T Black, I'm with Revan now. I'm with A, I'm with J, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Let's go, man. All right, Oh, so we got the OC in the building, man. He like to come in late, so I gotta always do work when he come in.
The grand entrance.
Like he make me work. Now I gotta go change the picture. He just come on in how you want to. It's all good. What's up, OC?
Man, hey man. Busy times takes for a busy OC.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you, man. My dog.
Rocking right with you, bro. It's good to see you, man. Happy holidays to you, bro.
Merry
Christmas. Happy holidays, Law Nation. Yeah, the nefarious one in the building, man. What's up, Landlord from Alabama? Oh my goodness.
What's happening with you? What's happening?
What's up, man?
I'm sitting you on the OC. Just give me one.
Yeah, I appreciate
it's
it,
good
man.
to have company over, man. And I don't see Landlord as company. I see him as a brother. And when we do the final word, I just look at it like, man, we can just invite anybody in and they just kick their feet up, prop themselves up, man, and get ready to talk some real life football. Hey, with no holds bar, we ain't hold back. So if y'all looking for that crowd to be what you call it, boss, wee woo-ish,
Nah, it ain't gonna happen.
y'all can go find another episode, man. But because we finna rip it off and tell y'all the truth about everything, whether you want to hear it or not. You know, we gonna have to make these corrections down the final 2 games, and we love to finish strong. But the reality of it is that we seen the Ravens beat up the 49ers just by this alone. And I wish we could have brought in my guy Koye, because he's bringing on the fact that we got personnel. We just don't put people in to play it. Because when you saw the Ravens play against the 49ers last night, they didn't play that wee-woo game, boss. Linebackers were playing linebacker stuff.
See,
Not safeties playing linebackers. I'm talking too loud.
No. I'm flowing with y'all, so I already got it queued up because I had some questions from the game.
They ain't gonna like that loss.
They ain't gonna like that, man. But sometimes you can be too cute. You can be too cute, Landlord. We were talking about it, man. Hey, us fellas, we don't mind the lady with a little eyeshadow. You know what I'm saying? With a little blush on the face. But when they start caking it on and putting too much, hey, you know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's going on with that, man? Well, hey.
Not the one who made the rules, right?
Hey.
Do it.
Tell us simmer down.
I've been
they just doing too much, man. Come on, I don't make the rules. That's just reality of it. We like ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Come on. That's just what it is. They put too much. Sometimes, in my opinion, Dan Quinn gets a little too cute. But y'all take on, man. I don't want to take over the show.
No, keep going. You
I
already in the sauce.
About
You in the sauce.
You already cooking.
Talk.
Yeah, you get a little too cute, man. You go empty set. You got Tyreek Hill, who's a mercenary out there. And we've seen that, hey, he dropped the ball on the opening series that Bland got cooked on, right? And then we finally get these boys 3rd and 9 inside. They was deep down inside. And you go give us the same look. Put my guy on Gillies Island by himself on Waddle. You know, all we needed was a little help over the top. I'm not beating up Dan Quinn, but it shows us that in the playoff time, you don't want to make the same issues or the same imperfections twice. That's all I'm saying.
No, I think it's a fantastic point. I want to go around and just ask Landlord and the OC real quick. What's going on with Clark versus Evans? That's my first question. I'm gonna start with you, OC.
Man, it's just like my man Law said, man. It's the difference between that woman that got a lot of eyeshadow and she got real, enhanced lips and enhanced, other stuff. And, she got her nails and her mani-pedis and all of that stuff done. But at the end of the day, you get her home and that girl don't know how to boil water. I mean, this girl don't know how to heat up a lean cuisine. And at the end of the day, you can be so aesthetic that you're not functional. And this becomes the issue when you play against elite talent in this NFL. You cannot be so aesthetic and so exotic and so creative. You're not functional. And what Evans is a functional piece that could be in the middle of that defense that can cover the A to the C gaps and will run downhill and meet force with force. This is what you need in NFL football. This is what you will need in playoff football, because there's 2 things you must have. You must be able to run the ball. You must be able to stop the run. And at the end of the day, if you can't stop the run and you are too cute because you're too fast and you don't know how to slow down, aka Damone Clark, and you overrun stuff and you're not technically sound, then you become this pretty woman that's not functional. And that's one of the issues. That's one of the issues with the notice. I'm saying one of the issues because I'm gonna save more for later. Landlord.
The OC.
No emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
Coming in like that. Jesus Christ.
He on fire. He's on fire.
Man,
Yoga flame.
Should I hit him with it? Should I hit
You
him
might
with
as
it?
well.
Give him fire.
God, dog, I might as
Give
well.
him
that
fire.
All right, man. Let me
Well-
hit the button.
Yoga flame.
Yeah, give him his just due because he ate on that. But look, if you asking me, I quote a wise man you might have heard of, Boss Cowboy Sports. You know, they said bastards and sons, right? That's why. You know, it's an obvious explanation when you think about it. I mean, Clark is a baby. He's a son. He's somebody that they coveted. He's somebody that they brought along their wing. That's somebody that they trying to boost up and be right about. We know one thing about the Joneses, they want to make themselves right. You know, even when it says they're not right, and it's obvious that they're not right, they gon' force that square peg into the round hole regardless. You know what I'm saying? That's just how they operate. And regardless of who is gonna make suffer, they don't care because it's their team. So that's just how we gotta operate, man. We see that Rashawn Evans is obviously a normal linebacker. I say, you know, I don't want to curse on your channel, but DQ don't give a you know what about linebackers in his defense. He never did. You know, even in his days in Atlanta, he never really just featured the linebacker like that, man. So he like the hybrid guy. He like the guy that can cover tight ends and stuff. But you know, it don't matter if you can't stop the run. And one thing that Law said about the Ravens, them boys was mean force with force. Them boys was blowing up blocks. Roquan Smith was blowing up blocks. Queen was blowing up blocks. We don't have that on this team. So if we want to be physical like that, hey, I don't know what the ounce is, but I know Evans is more formidable than Clark or Bell because they just not shaped like that. They not made like that. They don't have that instinct to even play like that. That's a mentality. Like I said this before. I challenge anybody to go pull up the film. Where are linebackers that's blowing up blocks like that? They don't do it. So that's a big time problem that we have on our second level. And you know, I don't know. I called out the linebacker coach before. I think he's hiding behind nepotism. But hey, we'll have to wait and see if they're gonna actually put a formidable linebacker out there so we can move forward.
Okay, because I want.
And let me say one thing, Boss Cowboy, before you jump in here. You see, you got to be able to do one thing or the other. You can't have your cake and eat it too. And this is the issue that I'm seeing with this defense versus really good teams. Because if you do not want to invest in linebacker, that is okay, fine. You don't want to invest in linebackers, you want to have hybrid guys, then you have to have a completely dominant front 4 or 5. You have to. You have to have guys that can beat double team blocks consistently. You have to have guys that can get in the backfield and make plays because they're that dominant consistently. You can't have guys that are marginal and that are developing and that may get beat on double teams, that maybe they'll get off the block, maybe they won't. All right, you can't have that and then be questionable behind the line. That's why, AKA, we call the term linebacker. You get it? They back up the line. You can't. You got to understand that. Look, baby, if you're just pretty, baby, you're pretty. You got to be to at least help with the business. Okay, you can't cook. Okay, I can deal with that, but you got to be able to help with the business. At least you clean up good. You got to be able to clean the house. You got to be able to do something else. You just can't be pretty. Do you understand?
Straight business again. Straight business again, man. Got to give it to him twice, man.
The OC.
No emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
And just to echo off of what you just said, my guy, the OC, there's two type of people that you don't want to fight. And that is a person that moves sheetrock all day and shingles all day. You know, you can be weight room strong all you want with all muscles on top of muscles, but you'll get beat down from a guy that's 5'6" and 200 pounds, or 5'6", 180. I meant to say, and all they do is lift sheetrocks and shingles all day. And why is that? Because their core is intact. And if you don't have your core intact defense, then everything else will fall to its face. the core of this team is interior play, your defensive tackles, your linebackers, and your safeties. And if you don't have that pursuit together, then you will get beat down from a physicality mindset aspect of it. And if you look at the Ravens on how they built their team, they built it from the core on out. When they went and made that move for Roquan Smith, they didn't play around with it. They said a second and a fifth, let's give them that. And when the Cowboys saw a second and a fifth, they said they need to hold on to that. They needed a Schoonmaker so bad, right? They needed, I guess, with the 5th round draft pick this past season, what we got an awesome Richard, which is good. But when we see what they can able to do with what the Ravens did against the 49ers, their core is intact. We remember them drafting a Hamilton. We remember them guys going out there getting guys that know how to come down and field and move some stuff around. But the Cowboys, to me, in my opinion, they get a little too cute. We got safeties playing linebackers, right? And we got linebackers playing defensive edge guys. And I'm not pointing out Parsons and saying that he's the reason why we lose some of these games, but I'm pointing out the fact that we got a glaring hole in the middle of the field and we got able bodies that can play in that spot, but we refuse to play them consistently there. And that's why you get the inconsistencies out there on the defensive side of the coin.
Let me turn the corner. It's still within, though, the lane. All right. So a lot of people been I've been noticing, just being honest, a lot of people that have been kind of looking at us kind of sideways when we talk about bringing in somebody at this point of the season that can help them small linebackers, right? It's a lot of Cowboy Nation, they hardly kind of getting behind this, right? Because we done threw some ideas out there, right? We done threw some ideas out there multiple times, especially somebody like a Sue. So just like the OC was talking about, you know, and you was just talking about, Law, how the teams that handled San Fran, what do they all have in common? They have stacked their fronts, right?
Yep.
So then you look at San Fran, say, okay, even though it's late in the season, look what they did. The 49ers and Sebastian Joseph, they have agreed to terms per source.
God dog, for real?
Yeah, they did it 4 hours ago. Yeah.
They so proactive, bro. They proactive.
My God.
Yeah, and check this out. He said, about as big as a pickup can you get this late in the season for the 49ers. They badly needed help on the defensive interior with Arik Armstead plantar fasciitis keeping him out until possibly the playoffs. Joseph Day is still in his yeah, but see, but
business, man.
But when you talk, when we say, hey man, help your linebackers, you know, we out. What do Cowboy fans say? Man, boss, be quiet. We got we got what's my boy name? Jonathan Hankins coming back. It's like I want him with Hankins. I want them together. What you talking about?
They said, boss, you got McDonald's at home. You got McDonald's at home, boss.
Talk to me, landlord.
Yeah, one of the things that's really bothers you, it really grinds my gears when I think about it, about the people that we actually had the tools that we just neglected, that we didn't use, like Big Bo. I would take Big Bo right now. Like I
Detroit.
Like the fact that we let him go. Yeah, like Big Bo is a formidable defensive line depth to me. You know what I'm saying? And we let Ridgeway go. The list goes on of how many balls we dropped with this interior defensive line, like Tristan Hills and all of these people. Like, we just can't find a formidable defensive lineman for the life of us, it looks like. So I just don't understand, man. I do know we do have some people, but you know, they're not playing up to the level that we thought or expected. Like Micah Smith, hey, you know, it's look, it's not really fair to expect him to be this good all of a sudden, like coming out the gate.
No.
But if that's the way that you put him out there, we still need the production though. If he's on the field, we need the production.
Landlord, can I echo something though?
That.
And not to intrigue on your point there, which you are 1,000% right on. Do you remember Javon Kinlaw?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was drafted early.
Yep.
By the 49ers.
Yep, San Fran. Yep.
San Fran. and he was a first-round draft pick. He's still developing.
Right.
He's not ready yet.
Right.
Do you hear 49er fans talking about he's a bust, he's trash, he's a waste of time? No, you don't hear that.
So but I do got to jump in here and say something, though. And
we want to wait till Mozzie develop fully. And then we don't even know whether or not, as soon as he developed, do we want to pay him or do we judge him with the kind of caliber of the other interior guys? Look how long it took Dexter Lawrence to get ready and prepare.
Yeah, it took him 3 years.
Look,
it took him 3 years.
Look, this
and
finna be quick.
You doing? They bringing in more and more bodies. I'm hot now, man. I'm hot. I thought I was gonna
you absolutely right, Law. But the only difference is we the Dallas Cowboys. We don't wait for nobody to develop. We don't. We expect production, microwave production. We've been spoiled from it, right? Look at Micah Parsons. Look at all the draft picks we have. These boys become stars. And we thought we can do the same thing with Mozzie Smith. We expect
let me educate somebody right quick. Let me educate somebody right quick. There's a difference between a 3-tech and a 1-tech that's on my pages here. You know, 3-techs are known to get a whole lot faster than 1-techs. 1-techs takes time. Jalen Carter, for those who say Jalen Carter's already arrived, he's a freaking 3-tech that can play 1-tech.
And he hasn't arrived. No, he have not.
And he have look. And if they really do their homework, look. There's a dude, Kobe Price, I believe. He got better numbers than Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter's not the best 3-tech or 1-tech out of this particular draft class. If you really do your homework, look at that kid that played for the Rams. They got better numbers. But look, we're not going to go back and forth with people on interior play, but it takes years. But what the 49ers did, they said, look, we're not finna sit back and just wait for a developmental situation. We're going to go ahead and add more and more pieces, more and more resources. We're not finna sit on our hands. And that's what the 49ers did, by the way. But keep going.
I have to fight Landlord on something real quick, just a little bit, though.
Let's go.
It's just a little fight.
Let's do it.
I don't think this stuff be Dan Quinn, bro.
Yeah.
I don't think this stuff be Dan Quinn. Like, cause see, I think this stuff is front office, man. Again.
Even linebacker?
Nah. Linebackers between draft guys.
So you don't even consider that
Dan Quinn yes, issue? Linebacker Evans a bastard. Yes.
I was about to say, because we seen this. We take a variable away. We seen him have hybrid linebackers other places outside of our front office. That's why I'm trying to put the blame on him. Yeah. See what I'm saying? When you take that
Evans,
variable away,
Evans was a baller. Evans was a baller with Atlanta. One of his hybrids. Yeah. He was one of the best in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he get it right when he's left alone. He was trying to get Bobby Wagner.
I think that was OC made a good point when he was like, you can't be lighting both sides. But like, if you gonna be this risky and have small linebackers, safeties converted to linebackers, at least have you an established defensive line already. You can't be out here just high risk all the way around, bro. And cause like we said, what I said in our show, boss, we know this problem don't arise often. That's why people don't really even want to entertain the subject that much, because it only happens when we lose to a physical team.
Right.
Every other team we can stand it. Every other team we can stand it, because the players that we using as hybrids, they actually physical players. They dogs. They gonna come up and hit. But like you said, when you going up against average tackles and guards pulling against these little bitty linebackers and safeties, they might be able to withstand it. But go against some good talent, and now they just getting wiped out. You see what I'm saying? Right. You can't do that against the Phillies, against the San Francisco. Who, like I said, to the people who ain't aware or up to hip on other people's rosters, I use our roster for a good analogy. How many people would take Donovan Wilson running straight up against Tyler Smith? Like a how many times is Donovan Wilson gonna win that? How many times is J. Ron Kurtz gonna win that?
1 out of 10.
Hell no. Not
10.
many.
Not many.
See what I'm saying? So that's the challenge that we have. I said, in my opinion, Dan Quinn it seems like his philosophy is he want to stop this hybrid linebacker. Hybrid tight ends, and he want to be able to cover with his linebackers. But in my opinion, I would sacrifice any time getting cooked by a linebacker, because in my opinion, they don't really break games in that manner. They might get a couple of first downs or whatever. It ain't many game-breaking tight ends, in my opinion. I would definitely risk getting cooked by a tight end opposed to letting somebody just run down my throat. So, get me some real linebackers. I give up passes in the passing game opposed to somebody just handing the ball off. That's easy work.
I actually think we got the answer, man. And then I think we got the answer, mate. All the way honest, man. Being all the way honest, I think we got the answer. The answer is Micah Parsons. That's the answer. We go talk about that a little bit more. I don't want to talk about that right now, but we go come back to that. I want to talk about something that I know the OC is real passionate about, and I want to start with him on this, because he done made a video on this and everything.
Let's get it. Edoga.
Boy.
Now hold on, bro. Wait. OC, don't go too crazy, because I can already feel it, bro. I can feel it. Don't do it, bro. Hold back just a little bit.
Your feelings are correct, boy. I'm hotter than burning fish grease, boy. I'm hotter than fried chicken grease that you done fried chicken in too long and now it's turning black. That's how hot I am, because this is ridiculous. This is unwise. This is unintelligible. This is flat out nefarious. This is nonsense, because you have a Pro Bowl caliber two-way, two-position player, and you run out Chuma Edoga. You are forcing this kid, who does not even really want to play left tackle, to play left tackle. I mean, he played well at guard. When Tyler Smith was out, put him back at guard.
Yeah.
Let him play where he's comfortable and look, let him play where he's not gonna get us obliterated, boss. This is what I'm talking about. Let him play where he's decent.
At least
let him play where we can hide him. Let him play where he's not gonna get Dak Prescott running for his life and proving how tough and athletic he is.
Hold on. OC, I gotta give you a fake pushback that I don't mean, but I'm gonna push back anyway. Now, this is not coming from me. This is not coming from me. So don't slap, punch, or shoot me. This is just some of the objections that I've heard before. So don't think this is me saying this when I say this.
I'm trying to hold it in, bro. I'm trying to control myself.
But OC, you can't take. I see y'all super chats. I'm putting them to the side. Trust me, we gonna get to every one of them. OC, we can't take an all-pro guard. Are you crazy, OC? We can't take an all-pro guard and move him left tackle. See, what's happening is you're trying to improve one position and you're risking two. That's not me. That's not me.
Fake news.
And to the people that and to the people that said that, this is Christmas time. I'm just gonna say God bless you.
Oh, thank you.
Because you don't you don't understand. You don't understand that it's very difficult to find very good to elite tackles, and that solid guards are much easier to find. You can survive with a solid guard. You cannot survive with an under average tackle that has tight hips, bad feet, plays high, misses with his hands, and all the things that you don't want to see if you're an offensive line coach. Going against Bradley Chubb. Chubb, oh, the dude that came into the league that's one of the best pass rushers in the league. Oh, the dude that was mentored by the team that kicked our butt last week. Not the team, the player that's on the team last week. His name is Von Miller. He was mentored by a Hall of Fame, first ballot yellow jacket dude named Von Miller. What do you think he's going to do to Chuma? He's going to do what you saw him do. He's going to dominate him. He's going to slap him around and call him Susan. He's going to take his lunch money, stand in his face, and say, do something about it. He's going to walk up when he's sitting down and he got his milk, and he's going to stick his finger in his applesauce and say, what you going to do? That's exactly what he did to this man.
I got
and this man was helpless. This man was helpless as the 11-year-old fighting me on the street corner. Absolutely helpless. Absolutely unable to do anything of substance. Unable to hardly touch the man. Unable to move his feet. Unable to get a good punch on him.
Hey, man, we get the point. All right, I got to ask you a question now. I get it. I got to ask you one question before I go to bed.
Hold on, boss. Boss, hold on. I don't want no more tweets. I don't want no more X messages. No more replies from anybody watching this show saying anything about Chuma playing left tackle. And I hope all of the Jones family is watching this show. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hold on, OC.
You're trying to lose.
OC. This is what I fear.
I told you I tried to hold it in. I'm sorry. I'm trying to hold it back.
Before I go to bed,
I'm trying to hold these horses.
I know, OC, but I gotta ask you a question.
Come on, ask me. Slow me down.
And then I gotta go to bed too. Man, are they? Do you think they could be trying to do this for budgets? Is this a budget move?
Shout out to my boy Landlord from Alabama. I said this before. One of the words you heard me say was nefarious. Because that is one of the best adjectives to describe this nonsense. You are trying to force this dude that's able to be a Pro Bowl left tackle, and you want him to play guard underneath the guys that we are going to develop a cheaper left tackle, Richards, who, by the way, ain't ready to play. We're going to be loyal to Tyron Smith. Shout out to him. First ballot Hall of Famer, often injured, unavailable. The best ability is availability, especially in big games. And we can't count on the big dog to be healthy because Father Time is undefeated. No shade on Tyron Smith, but Father Time is undefeated. When you get beat up and you get injured, you get soft tissue injuries, you get leg injuries, you get torn hamstrings, you get neck injuries, you get elbow injuries. Your body is falling apart, and it's a matter of time because it happens to every man. You have to be wise enough as an organization to play your best player, at least on the blind side, to protect the quarterback that you're going to be forced to resign and pay him almost $60 million this season per year. If you don't hurry up and sign this dude, you might as well protect him. What are you doing here? It should have been a built-in decision before training camp started. If you want to start Tyron Smith at left tackle, okay, fine. Do it. We know that Tyler Smith can play guard because he's a man's man. He's an animal. Fine. He played left tackle all year, gave up 6 sacks as a rookie. Okay? What do you think he's going to do at left tackle? He ain't going to do nothing but get better. Common sense, right? This is common sense. You are trying to keep this guy inside and force by your false loyalties, you're Jason Witting. I'm going to say it like this. You're being a Jason Witnish with Tyron Smith. You letting them play 3 or 4 years too long. And you shouldn't do it because you're hurting the organization and you need to play the best player out there. And you should have listened to the OC. You should have listened to Boss Cowboy. You should have went ahead and just drafted Osiris out of Florida and we wouldn't even be having this conversation, first of all. But you don't listen to the OC. You watch the show. You do all this stuff. You don't listen to us. And you shouldn't listen to us during draft season. And we wouldn't have these problems. I'm going to shut up. I'm sorry. I can keep going for days. Big, take it away, please. I'm sorry. I just got to stop. I got to stop. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Big game.
The one who make the rules, right? Do it, do it, right? Do it.
Big game. Big game. We don't make the rules, man.
We don't make the rules, man. Man, why your mic not working? Oh, man.
Man.
It's not.
Oh, my goodness, man.
He gonna get it. He gonna get it.
You fumble, man.
I knew the OC was gonna cook on that, though. I knew he was gonna cook, bro.
Hey. Just to be clear, we've seen an MVP candidate be 0-4 without his left tackle. Left tackle is the most important piece on that offensive line, what most people say. And that was Trent Williams for the 49ers. So Dak Prescott without our guy, which is our version of Trent Williams, which is a Tyron Smith at this game, we seen that all he needed was a 1/10 of a second, and he would have hit Jake Fergs.
Am I good now?
Maybe win this game. But yeah, you in the game, baby. Go ahead.
Okay, my fault.
One more time, Law.
The one who make the rules, right?
Come on, Big AJ. Hey.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
my mom. Hey, my girl loves that song, dog.
Man,
My girl
that
loves
beat.
that
That,
song.
hey, man, can we do
My
it one
girl
more time?
loves that.
That's a perfect intro for me. One more. That's a perfect intro. I'll make the rules.
Do it, do it, do it right, do it.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, that's perfect. Hey, well, first of all, if you got the OZ talking with a high pitched tone, it's real bad if OC's doing that. You feel me? If OC's getting high like that, buddy, y'all in trouble. High. If he's going high like that, y'all know it's bad. Okay, because it means business. I mean, I feel OC, but can we kind of say that is the Cowboys showing their cheap ways? Listen to what you just said, OC, when he said about Tyron Smith. Number one, I've been saying that about Tyron Smith since 2019. For the record, since 2019, I say you need to replace him, right? So what are we always saying about Tyron Smith, though? We love it because his contract. Don't they say that? We love it because his contract. Tyron Smith took the best contract in the world, and y'all need to be respecting that. So is it a situation where I also heard OC, and we said it before too, about Chuma playing inside and Tyler Smith kicking outside playing left tackle, that you just said with the money. You make more money at left tackle, right? So, but they're continue to keep him at left guard. Maybe, boss, you just said, could that be a situation? Could it be? Do they want to keep it cheaper and keep him at the left guard and say, no, we're going to keep him right here and we're going to go ahead and do our thing with left tackle eventually? Because right now it seems like, well, we're going to hold on to Tyron Smith as long as we can, as cheap as we can, and we're going to bleed it out until it just falls all the way off. And that's the wrong method, because we got burnt with Sean Lee with that, right? Remember we were talking about Sean Lee. We had the great contract with Sean Lee, but it was his availability. So what was the point of having this great contract for him? And he was on a cheaper side, but he's never playing. And this is the same situation with Tyron Smith. In my opinion, I'm tired of it. I'm pissed off about it. I ain't gonna go off like OC did, but I'm very pissed off that we keep on relying on Tyron Smith and keep on saying, and this is the problem also, fellas, people be on Twitter, look how good Tyron Smith is playing. Look how good Tyron Smith is done. And see, if we talking about through the Joneses listening here, well, that just gives them more validity to say, well, let's keep on rolling with them as long as we can, and they're going to keep on dragging it out. This needs to be Tyron Smith's last year. I don't care how good he's playing. I don't care how good he is playing. Either you're going to kick out Tyler Smith and him be your left tackle and you develop your Asim Richards or your TJ Bass, or you do the right thing and draft a left tackle in this draft when there's plentiful left tackles. Once again, there's plentiful offensive tackles in this draft, just like it was last year. You can replace him this year. Stop being hard-headed and make this his last year, and stop being cheap with it and living off of that, because it's hurting the team. Because guess what? What if he can't play in the playoffs? What am I hearing in the streets? Oh, if Tyron Smith can't play, we losing. Well, what if he can't play in these damn playoffs? What are we gonna do then?
Right. And that's
so real quick, I'm not to cut you off, boss. I'm sorry, I need to get this out. Just to give context, because I'm calm. See, let me get some more context. C. Jones, family executive team. See, the OC Peeps game. You're not fooling me. You ain't fooling me. Because you think you're smarter than what you are. See, pride goes before the fall. You think that you can discount shop and get and develop an elite left tackle. That's why you drafted Asim Richards. You saw the success of Terrence Steele. You saw what happened with him, and you say, aha, we know how to do this. We can do it again. Oh, we saw him play great, but we can drop him inside at guard. And yeah, we can leave Tyron Smith out there and we'll just let him play until the wheels fall off. Well, if the wheels fall off, your quarterback gets his head knocked off. That's the issue here. And so you thought you could cheap it, and it is strategic, because Stephen Jones is a man that is a budgeter, and he's thinking ahead, and he's thinking about, oh my goodness, okay, if this guy's out here, we keep leaving him out here, we're not going to be able to play Tyron Smith. We got him on an incentive-laden contract. Okay, he can get up to $17 million. He probably ain't going to hit half them incentives with all the time that he missed. I don't know. But we leave this kid out here. Now we'll just draft a guy, Asim Richards, let him play left tackle. Because there was nothing wrong with how well Smith played, Tyler Smith at left tackle. It makes no logical sense. Besides, you're trying to pull a fast one. You want to have lightning in the bottle twice. You want to get that discount. We developed you, and we don't have to pay you top of market, right? Almost top of market, but not top of market. Terrence Steele type deal. Your success with a couple of players causes you to have pride, and then you make unwise decisions instead of just being sound and understanding that you hit on that. You hit on Terrence Steele, but you cannot think you're going to hit on every lineman like you hit on Terrence Steele. You need to play the best players in the best positions, just like every other team in the NFL that's serious about winning, and then let's just put this thing to bed. That's the issue here. You're trying to outsmart yourself, and you're making horrible decisions, and it's causing and being a part of the reason why we're losing big games.
Yep.
That's the issue here.
That's the issue. Oh, I gotta turn the corner on this, and I hate to do it because that was so real. Landlord,
Yeah.
you know we've been talking about on Bossland show that Micah Parsons need to embrace the dark side. Is he starting to embrace the dark side?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. From what I seen the last game,
Yes.
I was like, hey, Micah balling today.
Yes.
I said Micah got it in him today. He got it on him. He's standing on business today, man. That's what I seen. And I ain't gonna lie, I seen the hustle. I questioned a lot of stuff like, hey, you know how we talk. We don't sugarcoat from where I come from. So we telling it how it is. We seen plays that, you know, it's no explanation away from these plays. You can't beat around the bush why you weren't making these plays. I seen you make these plays. I know you capable of making them. I've seen it on film all the time. I've seen you chase it down from backside, play side. I've seen you sideline to sideline. I've seen this. So you can't just show up one day and not do it. No, we're not buying that over here. We're going to hold you accountable. We know you great, so be great all the time or as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? We didn't see him do that hustle last game. But this game here, sir.
Yes, sir.
This
Yes,
game
sir.
right here, sir. That's exactly what we expect. That's the level of greatness that we expect from Micah Parsons. And I feel like what I just said, boss, I feel like it was us. I feel like some of that pressure we put on him was us. I feel like when we named that DeMarcus Lawrence was playing like Papa Rod, I feel like that lit a spark up on him. I feel like that made him like, oh, we gonna see if I could do it too. Cause he was playing like Tank the last game.
Yeah,
he was playing like Tank.
Same effort. He had the Rob Marinelli
Tank, bro.
Yes, he did.
Yep.
He was.
Yep. I feel like that topic we arose up on Twitter and stuff, bro. I really feel like it had a little impact. Cause I seen other people talking about it. And I believe it's just kind of spread it. And we seen Jonathan Hankins said it on his podcast. And DeMarcus Lawrence went straight to Papa Rod, giving him credit to why he played to the level that he played at. And that's always been a standard. It's always been expected. And he never, ever wavered from it. And that's why I got the ultimate amount of respect for D-Law, because even while he's on a team that other people don't do it, he still stayed to his principles. He still stood on his square. And he still play like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's hard for most people to look around and see other people not being like that and then just be like, hey, ain't nobody else doing it. I might not do it. No, D-Law still been playing to his standard since back then all the way up until now. So, hey, man, D-Law deserve a lot more respect than he get. Only people that look at film can really appreciate what he do. And, hey, I'm happy to have him on my squad. And Micah, that should be the leader. Like, we anointed Micah so quick. Put some respect on D-Law, bro. Because to me, he plays like the real Cowboys, how we should play. He plays to that standard.
Consistently.
Yes.
Consistently. And so I got some film. And I think this is just right for Law Nation, OC, and Big to go through this film. This is the film of Micah Parsons versus Miami. All right?
Let's look at it.
So we gonna go ahead and get into it. You know I gotta hit the button on it. Let's get it.
The OC.
The film breakdown.
Here we go. Oh, hold on. No.
Oh, that's offense right there.
That's ugly right there. That's ugly. That's ugly right there. That's ugly.
Fertilize the brain.
Here we go. Right there.
Here we go.
In the words
Here
of
we
Law,
go.
in the words of Law Nation.
Here we
That's
go.
bullshit.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I got it right. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
All right, let's go.
Hey, can you tell him that if that's off ball or online? Where is he?
He to the left. I got him circled.
Yeah. I'm just blessed with y'all. Go ahead.
Yeah. So anyway, man, looking at Micah pressure impact, this is the first thing, obviously, because it was people like everybody talk about him missing that throw, but they not talking about why.
The pressure.
You know, the pressure.
Right.
And then look at this to Landlord point, the elite backside hustle. Watch this. Jesus.
Oh, man, he get
Look
there.
at that.
Can I
Look at
say
that.
something about that
Come
real
on.
quick? Can I say something about that real quick, boss?
Please.
This is what I'm gonna say. Watch that play again and watch how he beats
33 now. 33
there you
supposed to
go.
be
That's
good.
what I was about to say. That's
ahead.
to me is the problem. I'm just bouncing off what just Law said, that he diagnosed that play that quick and made that play. Meanwhile, Damone Clark is just now making the tackle. That's what I'm talking about. How many times do we see Micah Parsons see the play, diagnose it, and already there? He doesn't hesitate. He doesn't wait. He sees it. He gets it. He goes. That's the issue that we have with Damone Clark. He sees it. He hesitates, and he waits. And that is the problem with him. Micah Parsons does not wait. He comes downhill instantly once he diagnoses. Our problem is Damone Clark is either not diagnosing these plays, he's not processing this fast enough, because too many times he is jumping in the wrong hole. I didn't mean to take it away from Parsons. I apologize. Let me get back on him. It just frustrates me when I see that right here, because that is our issue. If Damone Clark would start getting better, I don't know, instinctually. I don't know if you can get better instinctually, but he is guessing too many times the wrong gap, processing the wrong hole. He's processing it too late. He's not trusting himself, and it's costing the Cowboys, because by the time he's making a tackle, and I said it's like Jalen Smith-ish, where I'm not dogging Jalen Smith, but too many times we would see games where he would get 13, 14 tackles in a game, but none of them were impactful. A lot of them times were 3, 4, 5 yards down the line of scrimmage, and that's when you're getting you. This is the same thing with Clark. He is allowing these offensive linemen and these guys to get on him. Even that play where they diagnosed and they said where there was a blatant hold on Damone Clark, he diagnosed that play instantly. He was there. If he would have trusted his instincts and came downhill, he could have made the play on the ball carrier, but he hesitated. He went sideways. He allowed the offensive man to get up in his chest and take him to the ground. You can't do that, and that is what's killing us. Sorry for taking away from Parsons. I apologize.
Do you not hold on?
And
Can
may
I
I
explain
echo-
something
Question
before
real
you go,
quick.
Law? I
Go
want to
ahead,
say
go
something. We
Go
taking
ahead.
our time through this. It ain't no rush.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
That's
cool.
why I did it. I opened it up because everybody's seeing different stuff. So you raised something that I didn't even see. I was looking at Parsons. You raised how fast Parsons got there over Clark, which shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? And then Coach Fowler just observed something that I want to take a look at. He said on that play, look at 92. He should be aware that it's going to be a crack. That is bad awareness. So it's like everybody getting in. Go ahead and get in, Law.
Well, I was going to say the principles of a linebacker is hook to flat. Basically, it's slow until you know, but you got to know at some point. And we all say slow feet don't eat. And we know we got to beat your feet to get down inside. And one of the things that if he's still processing, 33, if he's still processing the play and he don't trust what he sees right there, blow it up, there should be no way possible that he stop his feet. He should be able to explode on it. Hey, linebackers would say they dream for moments like that to get a square shoulder hit on a player, right? So what we're saying and what we're talking about is for those who said that Michael Parsons can't play linebacker. But damn it, Michael Parsons played better linebacker than 33. And that's what we were trying to say.
I got you on that. Oh, wait. I got you on that.
But that's the story of a different day. But go ahead, bro.
Oh, I got you on that. I got that
Bob,
coming
I
up.
got one question. I got you
on that too, Law. I got you.
We forget that. I wanted to ask Big this because we heard Micah Parsons kind of throw him a bone. And it kind of speaks to how cheap they is at the same time, because we still putting developmental players in premier roles, and expecting top tier production and stuff from him. Because Micah Parsons was like, a lot of people forget that this Damone Clark first year as a full-time linebacker, as a starting linebacker at the Cowboys. So he right, but why are we featuring these people in these positions? See, the difference is between us and them other top tier teams. If this was San Francisco, they would have went and made a big time move to go get a big time linebacker. They would have did that. They would have wouldn't have waited and depended on no inferior talent or no developmental talent. They wouldn't have did that. We depending on these draft picks, bro. That's what we doing. And that speaks to what one of the core problems we said with Dollar Bill Jones being cheap. You know what I'm saying? They taking developmental players and making them be in premier roles on this football team and expecting us to be at a championship level. And I just think that's just foolishness.
It's putting too much pressure on Will McClay. See, let's get back to this film, though. See, because I can't.
Boss.
I threw some
let
meat
that
out
play
to
run
these
one
preachers.
more time.
Huh?
Yeah, let that play run one more time, and I want to point out something that's really important. And so you see Michael Parsons' backside. It's a two-step read. He gets flat, right? 1-2. He's flat now. He's flat. Okay, so go back and run it back one more time. Just show the people something. All right, just real quick. Go ahead and let it run. All right, and so what you're gonna see? Go ahead and let it run, boss. So here's the thing with Clark. Okay, Clark immediately. Okay, he takes a bad angle. So notice how he's behind the running back. Look at this again. Clark runs behind. He's taking a poor angle. He needs to get flatter. Look at the angle. The angle is not good. Look, and you can let it run. You'll see he's behind. He gets chipped. He's behind. It's a poor angle. He should have met that dude inside out. Number one. And the delays, right, on his movement, this goes to coaching. It's a difference between athleticism and IQ, okay? And what the coach has to be able to do is get you ready for the basic schemes by giving you enough reps and enough looks in practice to where when you see this pin and pull technique, you see this fast stretch zone toss, you got to be downhill inside out, and you should be blowing that dude up square. You shouldn't be behind him halfway tackling him in his back. Right? This goes to a coaching component. This goes to a preparation component that you have to take the onus as the linebacker coach. This is a basic run. If you look at the Dolphins offense, they do this run all the time. This is not nothing exotic. This is not a trick play. This is basic stuff. This is basic offense for the Dolphins. So your linebacker has to be ready for this. And you know, it's a combination of you taking a bad angle, but it's also a combination of preparation and your coaches having you ready to play.
You think it's developmental?
Can I say something? Can I say something, boss?
I gotta pause everybody. This is just one thing, y'all. I got some plays in here. Like, I just want to let everybody know this is just the first play, dog.
Okay.
I mean, I told my fault, but I totally feel you, OC, with that. But my thing is that preparation on the coaching? We talked about the linebackers coach. Is that preparation, or is it just that Damone Clark is not a physical linebacker? He doesn't want the physicality. Because here's my question. We had Jabril Cox, who was pretty much like a weak side linebacker as well. And what was one of his knocks? He wasn't a physical type linebacker. He would always trail tackle. He would let the ball carrier get past him and then kind of tackle him afterwards. And that's what we see at Damone Clark. I don't know if this is just a preparation thing or I just don't want to stick my nose in their thing, because I don't know how that's preparation when you've been there. This is week 15 and you're still doing those same things. This is week 15, and I hear what we're talking about is Michael Parsons says this is Damone Clark's first year. Well, this is week 15 though. Now I just saw you, Michael Parsons, going backside. I just seen you go backside and destroy it. I just seen them say we just talked about. Michael Parsons can play linebacker because we saw him take it personal in that Minnesota game and take over the game by himself. We've seen multiple games where Michael Parsons can play linebacker, right? And when he comes in, he comes right in and is very effective at when he played off ball. You saw his explosiveness and his play. Why does not Damone Clark do that? I can't blame that on preparation because Micah Parsons hasn't played linebacker this whole damn year. He jumps right in and takes over while Damone Clark is still processing this, still taking his time. I don't know if he's ready for it or doesn't want to do that.
Let me get back to the film. No. We going to the film. No.
All right.
Okay,
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I called this one the rod standard because you can see the rod standard. The pursuit. Look at Micah Parsons' pursuit.
He already there, man.
Oh, we ain't gonna even talk about that one good.
Absurd.
Now, here we go, Law. Now, Law, this is what people were saying was stupid. This is what people was coming at you on. This is what. Okay, Law, you gotta talk about this, dog. It's on you, Law.
Oh yeah. So what you want to see here is that we always talk about Come on with it. No, you good. You coach it, man.
I just want to set you up real quick. The key to this play, in my opinion, before you go, Law, I just want to set it up for you. This is Micah Parsons versus A-Chain, right? Who averages 8 yards per carry and is 2nd and 4. Vegas would say they finna get this. Go ahead, Law.
Yes, indeed. So if you let the play develop here, we're saying that, when you are the middle of the field, you got observation study, right? So he's observing, he shoots through his blocks and he shoots right down in there. Slow until you know, but he shoots and he recognized that disengage and get upfield. So that's Micah Parsons utilizing the middle of the field on 2nd and 4 and shooting down there and not waiting and allowing the opposition to get inside. Watch how he keep his chest clean and he gets down there to make the play or make the initial contact. Not playing around with his food, fighting through the hole there, and he makes the necessary tackle. When you have a linebacker that stop his feet, you never want to do that and get engaged, then, there are things that coaches do kind of say, hey, I want you to let the play develop, but at some point you got to diagnose the play and shoot through there and make something happen, and that's what you're seeing out of Micah Parsons. We can only imagine if he were to continue to play that role off-ball linebacker and being able to diagnose a play, meaning that he will be able to shut down all of those running plays before they develop and get those guys out of that particular look. I like seeing Micah Parsons at linebacker, ladies and gentlemen. He got the speed, he got the tenacity. He can shoot through those disengagements there because he can see it happen before it's there. When he's on the line, it takes away that because why? The dude is 100 pounds bigger than them or more, So I like Parsons off ball. Not saying that at times you can't blitz him through A gap or on the C gap, but I look at it like this. Parsons will be much more of a weapon if you utilize him off ball. That's my thoughts on it.
All right, real quick. Everybody needs to apologize for mocking the queen, first of all.
There you go.
Everybody need to apologize for mocking the queen because Okoye Law and Jay Tuck was mocked over this idea. Mocked, and they owed a real big apology, especially when you look at Micah Parsons on this play. This is what Big is talking about: diagnosing, hitting it fast, and being right when you hit it. And then he watched this running through that block, running it down with that speed.
Look at that. That's Sean Lee-ish.
That is. Yeah. Go ahead.
I said last game, if Damone Clark had 11 tackles in that Bills game, Parsons would have broke the NFL record with 23 or 24 tackles in one game because his diagnosis is there. Yeah, he may over pursued in college, but look at all of the disengagement technique that he learned. Oh, look how he knifed down there, skinny, get there, and he get to the point before the runner is able to turn and get upfield. Those are the things that the Cowboys must utilize. We got a Sam Williams that can play on the edge. We got a Fowler that can play on the edge. We got freaking D-Law that can play on the edge. Put Parsons right there and watch what he do. That's what I'm talking about, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Mama, uncle, cousins can see this, man. Come on, man.
We about that life.
They said this was dumb, though. They said this was dumb. They said this was dumb.
We don't know football.
Oh, you YouTubers don't know football. This is dumb. Yeah, that's what they said. And then you look at his impact off the edge again. Hey, anybody that want to jump in, man. But just looking at him off that, dog. This is queen work. This is why I say this is his best game because you saw him do it all this game. Yeah. Because see, when he was a rookie and he did it in Minnesota, he was just the linebacker or he was just the edge. This was the game we actually saw the queen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This was the queen.
I think, Oh, my bad. I didn't cut you off, boss.
Yeah, I made my point.
I was just gonna say, I'm just kind of bouncing off Landlord. What Landlord was talking about when he said, "I think Parsons really heard us in these streets talking." I think he really heard us talking. I mean, they watched this Twitter, they watched these shows, and we're the ones that started the conversation. Like you said, Law, Tuck, Okoye all started that talk. And you know he's heavy on Twitter. He's heavy on social media. So you can't tell me he didn't see all that noise. But we're saying, guess what? He's a better player right here. But we were challenging him in the streets. Boss, we did our show last week where we both said that, hey, we know he can play linebacker. We know he can be a dog. But does he want to get after them ball carries? Does he want to chase those guys all day? Or does he want to get after quarterbacks? And to Landlord's point, I think he may have heard that too. Like, okay, what? What you think I don't do that with the whole game?
Yeah.
I'm about to show you. So I think personally that kind of motivated him too to shut us up. All right, you want to talk all that trash? I don't do this. Let me show you how good I can be. So hell, if we got to keep on jumping in these streets saying motivational things to these players, let's keep on doing it, damn it, because obviously it's working.
Kevin Gray in the building, man. Hold on, man. We got the president in the house, man. Hold on real quick, man. We got to show out.
You got to give him a horn, man.
Yeah, you got the horn because I ain't
Salute, Mr. Gray.
Salute.
Him the president. Third generation Cowboy fan. What's up, Kevin? So this is the deal, man. Everybody got to really just kind of like sit back and really respect it. And I'm going to say this real quick, Big. Yeah. It's no doubt that he heard it from us. You know why? He had to address it twice.
Right.
He had to address it twice. So it's one of those things that I'm glad that, you know, Law was really pushing this idea.
Right.
Koye was pushing this idea. I ain't gonna lie, I was not pushing it. I can't jump in the camp of pushing it last week. I was more so, do he even want to do it? I'm being honest where I was, but they was pushing it.
And I was pushing it, boss.
I was like, do we even
I was there,
do it?
Yeah, because are we going to hurt the team if he ain't going to have the full effort? That's what we was wondering. He said, well, guess what y'all about to see? I'm that guy and I'm that dude. So once again, he's proven he is that dude. So Dan Quinn, this should tell you right now, continue to do this right here. And to Landlord's point, I think OC said it, and then even Law. We need him to play linebacker for the physicality aspect. He brings that physicality aspect that we have. He brings that effort that we need. I'm not questioning Damone Clark's effort, so I don't want anybody to think that. But he brings that that elite. I can diagnose the play, make the play happen. That's what we need at our linebacker position. We got 2 more games, fellas, and then we're hitting the playoffs, and most likely we're going on the road. So we need this from Micah right now because obviously they're not getting any linebackers. Rashaan Evans is not getting no kind of tick. I don't understand why, especially in the run game, because that's his forte. You had 159 tackles for Atlanta last year. I don't know why he gets more tick. So that's just my kind of confusion right there. He's a physical linebacker. You kind of pair him on the early downs of Parsons and maybe sprinkle Damone Clark in. I'm confused about that right there. That's just my opinion.
I got some more film, y'all.
Once I seen that he willing to do it, hey, sign me up.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
Hey, boss.
Yo.
Hey, can you build the plane while it's in the air?
What you want me to build?
I got my dog, Okoye, man. He just called and said he want to jump in if possible. He had to take his shades out.
That's a big old bill, but watch me work.
Hey, watch me work.
Yeah, I got a bill.
You can drop it into his Twitter DM. Go ahead.
Once I seen that Parsons was willing, because that's what's most important. You know what I'm saying? We was questioning what did he want to do? Because at times it's kind of seemed like Parsons was like just attached to the sacks. And like I say this, I challenge the nation. I feel like this important though. If we ask him to do this, y'all, I don't want to hear us whining about sacks. I ain't saying he ain't gonna get them no more, but he might not
gotta have
opportunities to get them.
Right.
You see what I'm
Wine on
saying?
them
He might
sacks,
not get
though.
as many opportunities.
You right. And I think that's what we got to
want our
educate
people to
everybody.
support him, though.
We're
I
gonna
want
be
our
all
people
right
to
though,
support him.
because
You right.
You gotta support him behind
landlord,
that.
landlord. We're gonna be all right. You know why I can believe that we're gonna be all right? Because his first year he played a whole bunch of linebacker and he still got 13 sacks. So I can sit there and say that I can believe it can still happen, because when he played a lot of linebacker, he still got sacks. Even in that Minnesota game we talked about, he blew up Kirk Cousins in that game. I mean, I think you can use it calculated just the way Dan Quinn played it. You saw how he used them in multiple sets. Sometimes I can put you on the ground. Sometimes I can stand you up. That was the thing that we loved about Micah Parsons, and it almost looked like his Superman strength was being taken away by being relegated on the defensive line. Use his Superman strength where he can do everything for your team, because that's when he's disruptive. That's when he gives the defense an extra edge, because didn't you feel like that him playing linebacker and him moving all the way around got to get our defense an extra edge? I thought it did.
Man, look what's the beauty of it, though. The beauty of him doing both is, when you really think about it, it can work so good in our benefit, because look how many wasted reps it be when he's not making a sack. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can still get those reps. And you got to think, look, I told you, he's still a tweener, y'all. He's still a tweener. Yeah. He got the body of a nice size linebacker. Not a nice size defensive end. He don't. You know what I'm saying? So if you think about that, you got to think about the wear and tear that he's taking throughout the whole game. We could be limiting some of that wear and tear and using him sideline to sideline, and then in some critical situations, put him on the edge or send him on some exotic blitzes. You still, if he getting one or two sacks a game, you could probably get that and have the sideline to sideline factor. You might be able to get both.
Yeah,
I'm just good like that, y'all. I'm just good like that. It ain't gonna be as pretty as normal, but we got him in the building. You hear me? We got him in the building, man. So we on the topic at hand, bro.
Not the one who made the rules.
Yeah, and so just real quick before.
Oh, that's that shit right there.
Come on, baby.
That's that shit right there.
One more time, no, just one more.
Hey, one more time, man. Hey, we don't make the rules.
We don't make the rules, bro.
Who make the rules, right?
Y'all know how I make an entrance, man. I'm tired, man. I've been going for like 2 hours, man. Going in.
Real quick, before you go, Okoye, I know my boy has something on his heart, man. Then we go on to you. Man, we got Okoye in the building.
Shout out to you. No, shout out to you, Okoye. I know you've done a lot of work on this. I'll just say real quick, this is that Micah Parsons is that guy that you preserve on first and second, because you're not committed to having a thudder downhill linebacker at this point, right? And then you rush him in obvious passing situations, and you're still going to get the same production. You're still going to get 13 to 16 sacks a season with him playing both. And that's the beauty of Micah Parsons. And it actually makes your theory right if you're committed to having that pretty girl who can't cook. Okoye, it's on you, bro.
Right.
It's on you, Okoye. Let's get it, dog. We don't make the rules,
I like
man.
that.
We don't make the
pretty
rules.
girl who can't cook.
Who made the rules?
That's
right?
facts. That's facts.
Come on now.
Okoye, they said it was dumb,
What's
bro.
up?
That's what I heard. I heard it was
Yeah,
dumb.
they're calling us stupid, man.
I missed it. So I'm late to the convo. So what I missed? The Micah linebacker was dumb.
Yeah, Micah
man.
was. Yeah, I thought this was dumb. That's what I heard.
Oh, you got the footage. See,
I got the footage of him playing this lip.
Yeah, I just downloaded it.
Oh, okay, yeah, it just dropped today, but I found a workaround to get it. Yeah, I called it queen moves. When they put him at linebacker, I called it queen moves. But it's on you, bro. Cook. Let's go.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, Mike in the middle of the ball, like middle of the field. I just was online talking about this on my page, man. So I've been killing and talking about it. If you're gonna have it where you get yourself out leverage, where you tilt the line of scrimmage away from D-Law, and then you're not gonna keep like numbers behind them, then you keep Micah Parsons off the ball so that they don't run opposite side D-Law and push Micah off the ball, which they're gonna do when they put him on the edge anyway, because that's what they do when Micah's on the edge. They just run at him, because they're not going to run at D-Law. And if you look at this, if you paused it right there, if you just look at this formation, right? Stop before the play.
There
you
we go, right there.
know when they run this what's it called? This is 4-3 over or 5-1-5 or whatever you want to call it. When they run this, right? Sometimes they put a down lineman in front of them to be a 5-1-5, but this is a 4-3 over, right? But before the play even starts, you got D-Law and you got Mozzie same side. So you know, just common sense to tell you, this ball ain't going to the left at all. It ain't going left. You already know that beforehand. And in the film that I was just watching, I was just snapping on Clark and snapping on Bell for not guessing this correctly because teams do this to us consistently. Whenever they see D-Law out there, they're not running that D-Law on the edge, especially when you see them in those shotgun looks or running outside zones, inside zones. They're not running that towards Hankins or D-Law. Or if Hankins isn't there, they're not going to run that towards Mozzie either. They're going to go after Osa because they know they can double team Osa off the ball, and they'll run at Micah if he's outside, and they try to get room because they know, behind that it's Clark or Bell, and they ain't worried about Clark, Bell, and some safeties. So that's what the problem is with this defense. It's not the personnel. It's the way we're using the personnel. We got everything we need to stop the run right now. We just don't put them in position out of stubbornness for some reason. Like even right here, even though they stop it here because of Micah, it's still the wrong personnel. You still light. You still got light. You still light on the field. You still running like a big nickel when you don't need to. You don't need to every play. They stick to it for some reason. But you can go back to it and hit play. I just wanted to say that beforehand because that's what I kept on harping in on. It's like we figured out their pattern so quick. I figured it out. It's not even funny. Now, rewind that for Micah's first step. I want to show you something. Right? I want to show you something. This is what I was saying about Bell and Clark, what they don't do. From the other view, though. All right. Well,
we'll run through this one.
Yeah, run through the next one. Right.
Your boy's knife through there.
Boy, so nice.
No, watch his first step. Watch the center's first step. This is why Micah read it so fast. He not reading the backfield. He reads the way the blocker is trying to engage him. Automatically, just hit play and pause real quick, if you can.
I got you.
First step. Boom, right there. Stop. Automatically, if that center or that blocker, if it wasn't a center in front of you, it doesn't matter where you lined up at. If he's trying to shade you to the right, obviously the ball ain't going to the left because why would he be blocking me into the ball? The ball can't be going left if he's trying to cut me off going right. So if he's trying to cut you off going right, that's a quick, easy read, even if you can't see what's going on in the backfield. If they're trying to cut you off to the right or left, they're taking you to where the ball is by cutting you off that direction, that's where it's going. So Micah reads this fast. So he gets right across his face. He knows where it's going because he's trying to cut him off going right. So Micah just gets across his face. Bell and Clark don't do that. When they try to cut him off, they let them get there. And that doesn't make any sense. Number one, they playing further off the ball than 4 yards. Micah only played 4 yards off the ball. Bell and Clark play like 5 to 7 yards off the ball. So you already got more room to cover. That guard got more room to work. But at the same time, their first step, if their first step is to the right and you let them just ease their way over it, then you're not going to ever make that play. I don't care how good a linebacker you are. Nobody would make that play. Good linebackers don't wait for that. You can't hesitate. And if you have trouble reading, stop trying to read the motions. And I don't know what they got them keying in on in the backfield, but they read motions and pulls and they reading it wrong because all you got to read is the guy that's peeling off. If he peel off to his right, there's no way he's going to force you back into the ball. There's no way ever that's a scheme that anybody will ever draw up. They're not going to force you back into the ball. So if they cut you off to your right, you know you got to beat him going right.
From the OC perspective on the offensive line, what are the key indicators when you know it's a run play? And I know you're trying to dig out a linebacker or you're trying to get to that second level. What are the first keys that you read from an offensive line perspective, the OC?
Yeah, hit me with that.
Yeah, so let me ask to make sure I understand the question. You're asking like what would a linebacker read, or are you asking like from offensive line perspective?
From all-line offensive line perspective. Only on the offensive line perspective.
Okay, so let's just use the last example in the play that we just talked about. It's only one or two things that can happen with that. It's an open bucket step by that center because of course he was talking about the center's footwork, right? That's a reach block, right? He's reaching to gain leverage on Micah Parsons' left shoulder actually because this is and we can let it run here. Go ahead and let it run, boss. And so what you're going to see here as the play runs, you'll see that quintessentially, right? We got. This is a straight stretch toss zone type concept, okay? So if the center opens that wide, it only can be a play going stretch to the outside or it's a play action pass. That's the only two things that can happen in this scenario. It's a stretch play that's going to the left or it's a play action pass. Now, Micah Parsons is so freaking fast that if it's stretch, it's no center, tackle, or guard in the league that is going to be able to cut him off, because you got 4-3 going against 5-2. It's just, this is physics here. This is not going to happen, right? And so that's the benefit of having Micah Parsons in the middle of your defense. The only weakness to Micah Parsons is that he doesn't really take a shuffle step. Most linebackers take a shuffle step, read, and then they go. Micah Parsons sees and he's gone. So how teams have countered that with Micah Parsons is they trap Micah Parsons, or they play action pass Micah Parsons. They do stuff like that, or they RPO Micah Parsons. They do stuff like that to take advantage of the aggression. So those are the reads.
Hold on real quick, man. Listen, man. Shout out to the chat, man. The chat is killing it. Hey, I got a lot of film too, so we gonna get rid of the gossip shit. We gonna get into the film. My boy say Dallas Law. Say it again, man. Hold on, man. Where that bud that Law? Where that bud? I won't make the rules. Happened, I won't make the rules.
Oh, I got this.
I won't make the rules.
Not the one who make the rules. Right. Do it. Do it. Right.
Sacrifice.
Do it.
What's the truth?
You can't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Riggs, I need that button.
So listen. I'm audibly. I'm gonna hit an audible. Since you came in, I want to talk. Okoye, since you just came in, we already talked about Evans versus Clark. But we gotta spin the block since you just came back.
That's a thing. That's an argument.
Talk
that
to
should be
us,
easy.
bro. Talk to us. Yeah, we
talk nice to him.
No, and I will say this: like the time for being nice is kind of late though, because we going into the playoffs. We're gonna be home.
Right.
We're gonna be
home. Nice.
Real mean.
Say it.
Real
say
soon.
It.
If we don't do this, but
say it, bro.
Yeah, I just look back at the film and I went all the way back, and this is what I said on the show I just did. Right. Every game that we lost has been to one of the top 10. All the teams that beat us have been in the top 10 in the run game. All of them. Every team. We only beat one team that was top 10 in run, or two. We beat the Eagles once, and we beat the Rams. Other than that, every team that has been predicated on run and decided they wanted to run has ran the ball effectively on us, and that's our Achilles heel. Now, I went all the way back to Arizona to watch both LVE, Clark, and the way they line up and what their run fits were, because I wanted to see what were the trends beforehand and what's going on now. And what I saw with Clark is one, he doesn't know where he's going. So it's hard for you to give a guy a real grade when he still don't know what he's doing. He's taking false steps in the wrong direction. He's reading things wrong. And then he's allowing himself to get blocked. When he actually does get blocked, he can't overcome that with physicality, where it's like he can be a dumb player, but he blows things up. You got to be one or the other. If you're a smart player and you're getting there first, you don't have to be as physical. And that's what we were getting from LVE. At least he was smart enough to get into the position or get somebody else into position, even though he wasn't the load when he got there, right? But that was just average linebacker play. Clark is playing like LVE when he gets there, but doesn't know where he's going either, which is worse than LVE. And that's real. He's worse than LVE. No doubt about it, because he don't know where to be. When I see Evans get into the game, instantly, now Evans has missed some plays. In the past game, he had a PI, and he got blocked off on like one play, I think, the week before last in Buffalo. But that first snap that he got in there was our first tackle for loss against Buffalo. When I see Evans in the game, he going downhill. He might be going downhill 110 miles an hour in the wrong direction at times. But I don't care about that. Because if you're going to be wrong aggressively and force the action. Meaning if you think it's front side and you're not reading the counter on this play, but you forcing the cut back into your help, I'm okay with you missing front side. And when I watched Evans film, I watched 3 hours of Evans film live. Twice. I saw a wild man in Atlanta that, one, didn't get injured. He played all 17 games. And when he guessed wrong, he was blowing up linemen. Even when he was wrong, he was blowing up linemen and blowing them off the ball. Pause. But he was destroying linemen. But 159 tackles, man. 10 tackles for loss, 2 sacks. That's 12 plays behind the line of scrimmage in one season, right? To give you the gravity of why I say Evans needs to play. In 5 years, I don't know how many he got now because he played here too. But coming into this season, he had 56 tackles for loss in five seasons. Him and LV was drafted in the same year. LV got 12 tackles for loss in those same amount of time. You understand? So
you want answers?
When people tell me Evans is not that guy, he overrated. I don't got a problem if you say that he's not a Pro Bowl. I don't care about that. But you can't tell me that you were okay with LVE, but you got a problem with Evans. Are you okay with Clark, but you got a problem with Evans? There's no way. There's no way. No way.
All right, man. Oh, I got some more film, but I gotta pass this to Big. I gotta pass this. And you too, Okoye, you too, but we got a full pound. I want to make sure everybody get in here.
Shout out to everybody on the panel too. I ain't say what's up to everybody. Landlord.
No, you here to work, bro. Come on, man. We don't do all that. You ain't gotta do all that. You had to work, bro. We ain't doing none of that. We ain't doing none of that, bro. You ain't gotta say hi. We here to work. Let's go to work, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Obviously, some questions that people have. And Okoye, we gonna get you all up in here too. Hunter Lukey. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on it.
Oh wait.
I'm gonna give y'all my honest God opinion on it. I'm gonna even put on my clear views, bro. We need the biggest smiles him, bro. We need the biggest smiles him. One more chance, bro.
Baby, give me one.
I'm on him. You know I'm on Luke.
Oh my God.
Yeah. We gotta get, and let me tell you why. Let me make the case on this, and I'm gonna go around. We gonna make the list. Because I looked at everything that he did. If we start with him in Buffalo, hold on, let me go back. Let's go with Buffalo.
I love it. Go ahead and say measure, man. Give me that measure Kool-Aid, man.
Should I give him that measure Kool-Aid, man? Hold on real quick.
On the front end, man.
It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. Man, we need the biggest smiles, one more chance, and I'm not lying, bro. I'm keeping it all the way real.
I love it before you even say it. Go ahead, man. That's my guy, 40 ounce, man. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Look, because first of all, it's the whole job. So if you look at somebody that's doing the whole job, look how he lead blocking. Is it perfect? No. No. But yeah, it's about who creating the opportunities unselfishly too. So I'm gonna just look at everything, and this is every play between Buffalo and Miami, and you cannot say if you look at every play that he don't deserve more. I'm just keeping it real.
I like what he took him out of there.
Let me go to the next play real quick. Just real quick. Yeah. So first
25 knew who he was. 25 knew.
Yeah, 25 learned real fast.
And see, before we watch him on the pivotal downs, I want to watch him on the unselfish stuff, right? So if I look at him do the work, waka! Come on now. No, I ain't sure I'm blocking refs only. See, I know some of y'all want to hate this dude, but you got to look at the whole job. I'm just keeping it real. I told y'all that I'm going to show all of it. I'm not going to just show you what he doing good. I'm going to show you the bad and the good, but the problem is it's hard to find bad until you get to the fumble.
There you go. Get him.
Yeah, it's hard to find the bad until you get to the fumble. I'm just being honest. So then...
No, there's no into that fumble. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, did he make that play? Yeah. No, he the one that made that play. Come on now. Yeah. Did he get that? Did he get that linebacker out the hole or not? Tell me, did he get that linebacker out the hole or not?
You got him.
I got you right here, boss.
Then if you wanna shift this narrative and change our identity a little bit, what's better than being physical than a big fullback? Going up and hitting people.
And he doing it.
You want to change this mentality? Go get you a fullback and use them.
Man,
you go up against San Fran, let them go hit people. I like it.
Yeah, that's biggest smiles. Give him one more chance, bro. Quit playing.
Give him one more chance, y'all.
31. Let's talk about 31. Man. And then also 31. Look how they set up the 31. Because if we look up how they set that 31 up, we got to understand that they did the same thing in Miami. Right? They got two players out. Now I'm just keeping it real, y'all. Let me go back and say this real quick.
Hey, they said put Hunter in linebacker.
Hold on real quick.
Yeah, he do a better job. He ain't lying. He'll do a better job.
But this is now we go watch him run. 31. Now this is why it's important. I gotta explain this.
Come on with it.
31 is pivotal, y'all. Don't you ever in your mind forget that. 31s that's a momentum thing. That's keeping your drive alive. It's already the pressure moment. So it's a whole lot of people that say, why did we do that in the red zone with him? Because he been doing it. He been doing these 31s, which all of them was pivotal moments. Y'all want to fuss at him when he messed up at the pivotal moment in the end zone. Now, what about the rest of the pivotal Oh, this the wrong film. I'm too crunk.
That's okay. That's okay. hey, low key, even on that, even when he fumbled the ball, he got into the end zone. He just didn't have the ball.
Exactly. Yeah. And you already took my point. You took my point, Law. You sneaky mofo, you. You sneaky mofo, you. All right. So then, if we go to the Miami game, right? 3rd and 1, another pivotal down. And I want to hear it from all of y'all on this. Another pivotal down. This is 3rd and 1. He converts it. So far, if we count, he's 100% on all his pivotal. Now, didn't we say they set up just the same? Oh, this ain't it. This ain't it, actually. It's going to be when they get in the end zone. But it's 3rd and 1, another pivotal down.
Can you express this is the number 2
defense? Oh, they
did
set up like that.
This is number 2 defense in the league, too, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. Some people got a nose for those thirds and shorts. That's why you can't give up on them. And see, when they set up like this, you know they go in that loop. Hunter, because they do the same thing every time. They set up some players off the edge and they give it to him. The wings, I mean. Yeah, and then there you go. First down. So far, he's 100% on conversion. So 2nd and 10, they finna throw it to him. This the play you talking about, Okoye. Yeah. Where they go throw it to him too, and he's winning. He's winning. Right? And you see him, he go get right there to the chains. He knife 2 defenders to get as much as he can. He doing the job. Now look, this is the fumble. Yeah. But what do we say? They set up some players off the wing. That's how you know they go run Hunter. They give it away, right? But he still gets in the end zone. He did one thing wrong. I'm gonna tell you what he did wrong. His hand placement
came up too high.
Bad.
He was too high.
Bad pocket. Yeah. He gave a bad pocket, man.
He gave a bad pocket. His pocket was bad.
He gave a bad pocket.
That's all it was. That's something you can correct. I taught my son that last week. You know, so just going back to it, and I'm showing all the plays. These are all the plays that he was involved with. Is it any one of them bad? Oh, this is the wrong one. This is Pollard.
No, that's the right one, because that's actually what I wanted to say.
Another bad one.
We gonna talk about that.
I ain't mad at Hunter. I ain't mad at him at all.
No, that's bull crap. That's bull crap by Pollard, man.
We gonna go back to Pollard. You know I got Pollard here for a reason. I got Pollard here for a reason. We gonna talk about it. I want to finish Hunter. I want to talk about it. Then we gonna talk about Pollard. Then we gonna get up out of here. But then, so a 1st and 10, watching him on 1st and 10. What I also like about him is he consistently also being a solid blocker. You know what I'm saying? Now, all his blocking ain't clean, but right now, these are all his plays. Let me pause and ask everybody a question. Has any of them been bad outside that fumble?
No.
Hey, boss. I think my biggest problem with this whole thing, with this Hunter Luepke thing, is once again, I got people on Twitter. Too many people on Twitter, the media and things of that nature that jump out there when Hunter makes a bad play. Oh, get him off the field. I don't want to see 40 on the field no more. That's what the problem is, because that gets spitted out to the nation, right? And people who don't want to watch film or don't really want to listen, or casual fans, latch onto that, and then it starts to get that momentum thing. So what we need to do right now is counteract that, because that noise was in the street. Trust me. That's why I made those tweets. I went against a particular person. I don't want to say his name. That's my dog. He didn't want Hunter Luepke the rest of the year. I'm like, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. That's crazy say that you don't want to see Hunter Luepke the rest of the year. First of all, that man's got talent, and you can see it. Second of all, we wanted to be a more physical team. Physical team, and that's one of the reasons why we got the fullback, right? So now you get a guy who's a fullback. and he's showing you the promise, I guarantee you all them people that was hating was yelling at the TV screen that first drive when Hunter Luepke was turning up. They was all, yeah, there you go, Hunter. There you go, Hunter. Everybody was yelling.
And I blame me. I
That's
jinxed
what
him,
I'm
man.
talking
I
about.
jinxed the hell out of him,
That's
man.
what I'm talking about, Hunter. And then when he has one bad play as a rookie, you are professional, but you are a rookie. Probably got a little nervous on that play because they're probably like, you're getting this one, just getting a touchdown. We understand that this is the NFL. We understand, fellas, we probably would get a little nervous too that you're going in the end zone, they're throwing it on you. That probably could have happened. But to sit there and disregard him, I'm just saying, to go ahead and disregard this man.
It's crazy.
When we're going to need him for the playoffs.
Yes,
you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
Yeah. I was just about to say, I do you one better. I really blame Tony Pollard for that because he's supposed to
Yeah,
score,
Tony
bro.
Pollard's
Like, what was you
part.
doing?
You're supposed to put
I
your damn
blame
shoulder
Tony,
in.
bro.
Yeah.
This just riddle me this. Just riddle me this,
never
bro.
happened.
You are a fast running back, right? So even in your instincts as a runner, you should be trying to make the perimeter first. Like this, you are fast. Use your best attribute. Make the pylon. You had the angle, but for some reason he wanted to put his shoulder down and go run into somebody. Look at this. Nobody around there, bro.
He didn't even put his shoulder down. He didn't even put his shoulder down. It was finesse. It was finesse.
He has been doing this all year, and that's the problem. That's the problem. See, I just don't understand. I just don't understand why he feel like that's the way he should operate when you know your biggest attribute is your speed. It's not your toughness. It's not your physicality. It's your speed. So why is your first instinct not to run to the pylon? He should have scored. This man let somebody turn him sideways. He let somebody turn him sideways, bro.
see, then
come on, y'all. Come on.
Yeah, I'll tell you why, Landlord, because Tony Pollard has lost a half a step or so, right? That burst that he's been running around people with last year, he don't have that burst. Some of this wear and tear of being the number one back has worn on him. And so in spots you see him converting to power, okay? And so that's why he didn't have the confidence to sprint to that pie. That's why he saw a lane, he cut it up. The issue is that he underestimated the defender and thus got himself tackled. When he cut it up, you got to get square and low, and you got to bully ball your way into the end zone. He was high, and that's why he got clipped and hit sideways, because he was high. He wasn't leveraged, and he knows this. TP knows this. He knows better, and it was just a misjudgment on his part and just a lack of him lowering his shoulder and driving his feet into the end zone, and that's why he got tackled.
That's what I said.
That's a great point, though. What he said is him in his head, because think about it. When you're not sure of yourself, when you're unsure, what that make it? Even when you got the advantage, you can't trust it. You see what I'm saying? Because he had the advantage right there, OC. Even though he did lose his step, true enough.
I think he was being too cute, Landlord. And then I'm gonna go to Koya, but I think he was being too cute.
Still didn't do it.
I swear he was, because I've seen him use power before. I've seen him use power. You know what I mean? And he did. That was finesse. The power is in him. He didn't use it right there. What's up?
No, you want to know what else that messed him up? This finna be real quick.
Yeah.
Ferg was right there too. It was two defenders and Ferg was right there. So when he went into him, Ferg bounced back too. He would have had to run over 3 people to get in there. Because when he
do what you gotta do, Zeke would.
But he would. But he's not that strong. You know
he's strong enough to
he
get
should have been just fast.
That was
he should have just been fast.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Go back and look at that play one more time. I want you to see Ferguson was standing behind those defenders. So when Tony did that, Ferguson got bounced back. You gonna see it was 3 people right there. So
and Ferguson lost on that block too, though. Ferg lost on that block. He couldn't get him. He couldn't get him squared.
Watch this. Ferguson
that
right there too.
Was just crazy. Yeah, that hop step.
I would have jumped in there.
When he got the ball, he took one step and cut it up.
Yeah, he assumed that he had a dude, and he did stick and go, stick and lower. He stuck his foot in the ground. When you stick your foot in the ground and you close to the end zone, homie, you got to get low. You stuck your foot in the ground and you had high pads. You start to stick your, you had high pads. That's the issue. You took that dude to the end zone.
Facts.
And your quarterback took a hit.
I gotta get order. I gotta get order.
Look at the quarterback take the hit too.
Corey, I know you said you was gonna say something about this.
No, I mean, you guys already nailed it. Like, I wasn't mad at Hunter Lipke at all because it should have never happened. This should have been a touchdown. It should have been over with and done straight from the rip. Tony Pollard right there. I didn't even know it was this bad until I watched it tonight. That hop step. As soon as he catches the ball, he just takes one step and then he hops and cuts it up the field. He never got into a sprint at all. The sprint came before he caught the ball. But once he caught the ball, he instantly stopped his feet. And that's why, like right here, watch this. This angle right here. Right there. Boop. Stop. For what? He could walk into the end zone at the pylon. There's no way anybody catches him to the pylon. So the fact that he did that is like, that was idiotic, man. Even Zeke wouldn't have did that. Zeke would have ran to the pylon. He wouldn't have ran nobody over right there because you don't need to.
I want to say one thing real quick, too.
I'm not mad at Hunter because he's a young guy and he was in a pressure situation he shouldn't have been in.
Yeah, and I will say this before people go crazy. I don't think that we had a power back problem that some people think we do.
No, we don't.
I think it's the attention to detail. That's what I saw from the Miami game. If you power through, that's touchdown right there. That was a decision. That wasn't ability. And then we saw 100% conversions by Hunter Lipke, which is better than Zeke. He was having better success than the tush push up into that fumble. I'm not giving up on something that was looking better than the tush push. You know what I mean? Yeah. When you was tracking to be 100%, you got to stick with that. That's my thoughts on that. That's my final word on that. All right. So let me see. I think I got some more.
Well, the camera got me on the delay, but I'll say this too, man.
It's gonna catch you up. It's gonna catch you up.
It'll catch me up. But I'll just say this, man. Look, let's not can the kid. And on top of that, hey, you know, the Ravens. And I'm not trying to compare us to the Ravens, but they have no issues when they're inside their red zone because they already understood that it was gonna be Gus. What's his last name? Edwards or whoever, you know, the running back there. Or Justice Hill, they already have a formula, and they don't play around with their food when they get inside their 10. For those who have kids, little kids, if you ever notice when they play around the food, first thing they do is spread it out, right? And they say they finish eating. No, they haven't eaten anything. They just spread it out. But when you determine, you go ahead and eat, and I want the Cowboys to just install that. We got 2 games to fix this up, and then when we in the playoff, it's sudden death from there. Got to be ready.
Can y'all handle one more topic?
Let's go.
All right, let's go.
I'm cool.
All right. My boy Landon, he showed something that was kind of disturbing if you look at CeeDee Lamb right here, man. And the blocking. Look at CeeDee Lamb.
He ain't blocked nobody.
Look at that, man.
Yeah, it's one play though, but he ain't blocked nobody.
It is one play.
I was about to say, I done seen CD blocking good too, though.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie.
But I want to say something though. Remember, it was a leak from the Cowboys when Amari's effort was questioned versus San Fran. I bet they say nothing about this.
Facts.
This ain't about really bringing.
You got a point with that.
You see what I'm saying? My point is,
they
pick
used
and
to
choose.
kill Coop.
Yeah, they kill Coop for this. They not gonna say a word about this because I'm telling you, it's a difference between how our free agents are treated than our drafted guys. And
that's a fact. That's why Evans ain't playing.
That's why Evans ain't playing. And so that's why I wanted to bring that out and just kind of go around the circle, man. We'll start. Let me see. Law, we ain't heard from you in a minute.
Well, I think that CeeDee Lamb is the elixir for this team. I get it, you know, Facts. He whipped on that block there, but, you know.
Facts.
When he was hot, they had no answers to when CeeDee Lamb was in the backfield on the edge runs. We could have ran edge right, ran edge left. And for the life of me, we didn't use Kevontae Turpin until the second half. CeeDee Lamb, the only person that slowed CeeDee Lamb down was the play caller with the playbook. He shouldn't have went the second and the third quarter without the attention. Now, maybe we can put Dak Prescott into the mix, but you somehow got to figure out a way to keep CeeDee Lamb busy. When he's cold like that, let that play be in his hands, you know, the end around. I saw the other day when the 49ers couldn't move anything, they made sure that they gave the ball to their playmaker, and that was Debo. I want the Cowboys to stop playing scared. They play like they are afraid of these players getting hurt. Let's utilize these guys and let's know that hell, right now we could be the #1 seed in the National Football League from the NFC side. But by us playing scared and tentative, it causes these type of things to happen. We only lost by 2 points, by the way. And also, I know Big Game James, I know I'm long-winded with this, bro, but I know Big Game James going to touch on this. I had us before this game only losing 2 games, and that's the 49ers and the Bills. We ultimately beat the Arizona Cardinals. If we played disciplined football, we had 14 penalties. We absolutely beat the Eagles if we played disciplined football. We had a ton of disciplinary situations in that game. So the Cowboys, whether it's blocking, whether it's time management, look, y'all going to have to lock in for these next 2 weeks, play disciplined football, get into the playoffs, and utilize your weapons. CeeDee Lamb, of course, he need to block better on that play, but also the coaching staff need to utilize him more.
Oh, see, that's another topic.
Well, I mean, just bouncing off what Law's saying, I mean, really those penalties, I just talked about it again, y'all. With those penalties, we're averaging in all our losses this year, we're averaging 8 penalties a game. So that tells you right there, those type of things are still standing out. Like I said, we're leading the league in defensive offsides, defensive holding.
False starts.
We've been false starts, offensive holding. And one of the last 3 years, I just checked, actually the last 4 years under McCarthy and with Dan Quinn, they're one of the top teams in unnecessary roughness penalties as well. And I just charted that as well. So that's got to be stopped. And we can blame coaches, right? But if a coach keeps telling you don't do this and you continue to do it, I mean, is that still the coach? You get what I'm saying? Like, if I tell you don't jump off sides and you continue to do it, is that the coach now? Do I need to sit you down? Because as I said before, you got Sam Williams that leads the team in defensive penalties. You got J-Ron Curse, who is one of the tops on defensive all sides, and those guys are still getting a lot of tick. Well, Sam Williams not, but J-Ron Curse is. But I don't never see like, okay, you messing up now, you just sit down a little bit because you're doing that. And I think that's a problem, to Okoye's point, where you don't get Rashaan Evans doesn't get any tick, but you see guys like Curse and those guys that are making plays that are still making these silly plays. How does Evans get penalized when you got our supposed leaders that are still making these same mental mistakes that are hurting the team, and their play is not valid enough to keep them on the field?
Politics.
We already know. We already know about the politics. But yeah, I feel it, man. When it comes to we still on the CeeDee Lamb one play, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I don't really buy into that type of stuff, man. Because if you really pay attention to the film, man, I ain't gonna lie. I've been impressed with CeeDee Lamb blocking. Like, that's just one play. I've seen him blocking people all downfield, man. So, you know, we're just gonna cherry.
He's been doing great. Yeah,
we're gonna just cherry pick one block. I just can't entertain that. But on the basis that you was talking, when you was saying like the politics and who they picking over people, the bastards versus the Suns.
How they highlighted it. They highlighted it with Amari. Remember?
Now I get that
That's
point.
What I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was petty. And they leaked it. You know what I'm saying? It was.
You know how they do. They got their picks and chooses, man. You know how they did theirs. They did theirs bad. Like, you know, when it came to him talking aggressive and stuff, being an alpha, he was too alpha for them. So they started demonizing what he was doing. So it just depends, bro. Like, they got their picks and chooses. They say they want one thing and then they show another. So who knows, man?
Yeah, they like Goldilocks. The pour's too hot, it's too cold. They want everything. And then Goldilocks.
They wanted to be just right in their own personal bowl. That's how they want it. They want, not only do they want it their way, they want it their way when they want it perfectly at the right time. Like, it just got to be all the way good and perfect for them. And like, that's just not how you win in this league, man. You can't win how you want to win. Why we can't just win? Why we can't do the other things that we need to do necessary to win? Why we can't be proactive? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. And all the politics, it hindered this football team. With the way they did Coop, that stuff like that, we didn't even really get a real explanation. We just had to take it. You know, Coop gone. All right, move on to the next. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't even really get a real explanation, and we just have to deal with some of these immature moves that they be making at times. It's just crazy.
Okoye, the OC. I'm sensing some trust issues, man, with our star players. I'm being honest. I'm sensing some real trust issues. It's a reason why Micah Parsons is hesitant to play linebacker even though he know he can. It's a reason why CeeDee Lamb came out and was like something was wrong between the second and third. You don't say something was wrong. They don't trust our front office to take care of them when it's contract time. I don't care what nobody say.
Oh man, I disagree though.
I don't blame them.
I disagree. I feel like we pay guys. Look how many guys we paid that have been injured. You know, we paid Jalen. He was injured. We paid Gallup after he got injured. You know what I mean? We paid people, and we just paid Steele after he got injured.
Wait. Let me give you a rebuttal to that. They paid Jalen to rub it in on Ezekiel Elliott's face.
And
they said,
was all
okay, you're gonna be in
team
there. You want to be out there in Cabo saying you want to put the pressure to us. You don't want to take this money. We gave it to Jalen, right? And they smeared it and said Zeke who. They paid Gallup to hurry up to overcome the whole backflash or the backdrop that they were going to get. However you say.
No, you're right. You're right about the
They do that.
reasons.
They do that. That's all I wanted to say.
But I don't see that happen to their beloved though. Like they love Parsons. I don't see them doing that to a Parsons. I see them doing that to a player that they don't like. A player that they like in house, they're gonna give them their money. I just feel like they're gonna give them their money. I'm not trying to help the front office out when I say that, but when I say that they're not trusting, I don't think that Micah Parsons is not playing middle linebacker because he's worried about getting hurt and not getting his money when he plays it. I think Micah Parsons is too caught up on chasing sacks at this point, and he doesn't realize that he's getting in his own way of being one of the greatest players ever, because he's not the greatest defensive end ever. He's not the greatest linebacker ever, but he is the greatest defensive player I've ever seen, and the only way he can show that is playing more off ball. He can't do that on the edge. You know, on the edge he's top 5.
That's the key.
In the middle of the field, he's a guy that can give you 150 tackles. Shout out to Coach Mara for saying this first. But he can give you 150 tackles and 15 to 20 sacks from the linebacker position. Yep. Can't nobody else do that.
Right.
Can't nobody else do that. And then not only that, when you say you want to be a impact player, the likes of which Aaron Donald is, right? You can't say that and then think that you being on the line causing a log jam at the defensive end position makes your team better. And the reason I say that is because you got 2 number 1 talents behind you and 1 number 2. Meaning DA is a second-round talent. You got Sam Williams, who's a first-round talent who got himself in trouble. The only reason he was in the beginning of the second round in the first place. And then you got Dante Fowler behind you as well. Micah Parsons playing more off ball gets another pass rusher or 2, depending on what formation we in, on the field at the same time as him. That automatically makes this team better right now. So you can't say that you're trying to make the team better, but you're causing a logjam when in exposing our weakness, which is linebacker. We need you over there. We don't need you at defensive end, if we're being honest. We don't need him there.
I kind of do feel like we don't need him there. It's with the contract though, because think about it. If look, it's almost obvious. You might be right. Because think about it. Look, it's like you said. I'm glad you specified it perfectly though when you said it's stat oriented. That's what I say. Because think about it. If Mike is not raking in the sacks, think about it. That directly affects his paper. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna push back on that.
And the label of linebacker, which makes it not want to do it.
And that's that's the problem right now because of the pay differential between linebacker and DN.
Exactly. Well, TJ Watt is an outside linebacker. You pay him on TJ Watt scale. But at the same time, though, the reason I'm gonna push back, go back and look at 8 or 9 of the 12 sacks he got right now. Where they come from? They ain't come from the edge, him rushing on the edge. They come from the B in the A gap. He rushing up the middle of the field to get his sacks anyway. It's no different if you playing linebacker. So he actually missing stats. He would get more sacks if he played in the middle more. He get less
Yeah,
sacks from
see,
the
I'm not
outside
challenging
anyway.
the fact though how effective he would
He
be
hurt
on the
himself.
field. I'm just saying that
The
far as
trust
him
issue.
in his head.
And the trust
I'm
no, I
issue.
get
talking
you.
about him in
But-
his head.
but-
Because
when
CD Lamb
he
is
got-
showing some trust issues, man. How you
Look.
say something wrong, right? And then remember how mad he got when he wasn't getting them targets? That's
mad.
over money. Come on now.
Boss,
over
that's
money.
why I said
It's
earlier,
money
bro.
and it is.
Look,
Productivity is.
we gotta take a little ownership behind that, man. If we asking him to do this, Micah don't trust the front office, which I don't blame him.
Me
CD
neither.
don't trust it, which I don't blame him.
I don't.
This is what I ask the nation to do, though. We gotta support them. If we asking them to do this, we gotta be the
support
fans
them.
that be
That's
like,
kinda
hey
true.
man,
That's kinda
we
true.
gotta, hey,
gotta pay
if
that
we
man.
asking Micah to take a hit at some of his sacks, bro, and Jerry might try to shout change him because of that, we gotta be like, hey man, y'all better put some respect on Micah. We gotta push that because that's what we
agree with
need
you.
for this team to go hard, bro. We need that.
But 100%,
They gonna need somebody
he
in
would
their
get his
corner.
money. He would get his money if he look right now. He trying to get money off of just sacks. If he got tackles for loss, sacks, and tackles, and interceptions, and pick sixes, and
He'll
all
be
types of
Bill
shit that he
Gates.
you can't not pay that man if he in the his best season to date has been his rookie season. He ain't been getting better. His rookie season is his best year, and he rushed 378 times from the line of scrimmage his rookie year. 400 times lined up at linebacker. Over 400 times, almost 500 times at linebacker his rookie year. He still only had 13 sacks his second year and only got 12 this year. So he's not getting better being on the edge. He would be getting more money. No,
You don't think
I
your
don't
boy
think he get
Jerry
better.
gonna go knock on the door and be like, okay, we'll pay you Fred Warner money.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Not if he getting 13.
He
Can
is.
Fred Warner
gonna
get
try
13
it.
sacks this
That's
season?
all I'm asking. He
If
gonna
Fred,
try
Warner
it.
can, if Fred Warner can get 13 sacks a season, then you could pay him like you pay Fred Warner. But Fred Warner can't get 13 sacks a season. You can't pay Micah Parsons. You got to pay Micah Parsons in Micah Parsons category. That's it.
He got to get.
Nobody else
I
can-
like.
He
I
gonna
like
have to
your
make a new one.
TJ
Gonna have to
Watt
make a new
scale.
one.
Yeah.
TJ
Nobody
Watt scale,
else
still max scale.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a
Nobody can do
3-4
what he
on a
can do.
3-4
Even
outside
TJ Watt. TJ Watt, yeah. You can pay him like a TJ Watt maybe. But Garrett can't do what Micah Parsons can do. TJ Watt can't do what he can do. Can TJ Watt go play middle linebacker like Micah? No. So you could pay Micah in his own category because even when those other players are trying to get paid on that scale, the scale is based off of productivity. Can you produce in the same areas he can? And they
Y'all
can.
do know I'm representing the front
Corey,
office
you
right
got
now. This
way
is not
more
my
trust
fault.
than me, man. You got
Look, this
like
is not my
all
fault.
the trust, but I do agree.
I
with
think
you
he got
on
to make
this.
it healthy. If he healthy, he
Yeah.
gonna get paid.
See,
But
I say
Okoye,
this
well,
to
Okoye,
your point though, Okoye, because my boy
Yeah.
OC said something that's true. A good debater can argue both sides. To also
Yeah.
aid with your point, it's only one player that got paid double. It was that player that can do multiple things. That was Deion Sanders. You know what I mean? So, like, can you and see?
And who paid him? And who paid him?
Jerry did pay
Oh!
him.
Oh,
wait.
Well, who didn't want to pay him?
You ain't
Who didn't want
checkmate
to pay
me.
him?
You ain't checkmate. Tell
didn't want
him
to pay
law. Tell him law.
Who didn't want to
Tell
pay
him
him,
law.
though? Who didn't want to pay him?
Steven Jones.
Right.
All right. So who finna gain control of everything?
And who got control now?
And you got three contracts that's due. You got Dak, Lamb,
Facts.
and Parsons. I don't want to, and you can't franchise tag Dak because Dak said, hey, he made it sure that hey, there's no more tags in me, right? So the only thing that you can do now is probably franchise tag Lamb, and you can got the 5th-year option with Parsons. But I don't like none of those things. I don't like the tag nor the 5th-year. Well, the 5th-year option is either here nor there. But I think that the Cowboys need to rip the Band-Aid off and play all three of those boys. Play all three of them. Somehow figure out a way. The salary cap increased by $62 million. Get out of the money game, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, and go ahead and play your players and get it moving. Yo.
I don't trust that front office.
Wait. You know how to, but Landlord smooth on sneaking in, boy. He is so smooth. You can't get in no more.
Man, look, man. Here's the deal real quick, man. Look, all y'all right. Okoye is right? Because at the end of the day, if Micah Parsons plays off-ball linebacker, he's going to extend his career. First of all, And he helps the Cowboys have a dominant and complete defense if you don't want to invest premium dollars and premium draft picks in middle linebackers. So it really is a 2-for-1 special where you're solving both problems at the same time. And Landlord, you're correct as well, because this is relational. This is relational, especially with the Cowboys. This is not straight business. This is relational. It does have a part to play on who we like, priorities, and they're just misers, okay? Especially Stephen Jones, they're rich misers. In other words, they'll be the richest man and they'll come to the car dealership and they'll try to haggle you down to invoice price to buy the new Corvette. They're misers. They can pay for it cash, but it's just business principles for them to haggle and negotiate. It's a creed. It's something they live by. This is what they do. It doesn't even matter if they have the money. They're going to haggle anyway, just because they want to haggle. And they don't feel like they did a good job and they're good business people if they don't haggle you. This is just how this whole game goes. So I would not trust them as far as I can throw you. And it's not very far, but at the same time, look, the market dictates price. And your needs also dictate who you resign. You're not going to replace Micah Parsons. You're not going to replace CeeDee Lamb. You're not going to even replace a Tyler Smith easily. It's going to be very difficult. So by default, and this is the understanding part, this is the balance part, by default, you're going to have to pay him anyway. But yes, to think that I want to beat your negotiation tactic before it happens, therefore don't take me off the ball so much, let me rush and get as many sacks as I want. I get Micah Parsons and his agents thinking. I get that. Oh, you go trying to penalize me because I didn't score as many touchdowns or get over 1,200 yards. I get CeeDee Lamb's agent and his thinking. I get that. But at the same time, there's a great need, and you got to understand your value in the market. So really, both of you guys are right.
All right, we got to get to these super chats and then
just read that right quick. And you already know if Todd France can win, you already know what he's gonna do.
Oh yeah, man. Hold on real quick. He say this is the guy who doesn't trust the Jones family. His name is that. Yep.
However you say that dude's name, Mugella.
I would. Yeah, I agree.
Google.
I agree.
Mugella.
All right, we got a lot of
he ain't gonna lose.
Big, let's get to these super chats, big dog, and then we gonna get into our final words. And while we pulling that up, I want to say, man, this final word is crazy, bro. Like I hope I spelled it right. I had no idea that my homie Okoye was gonna come in the building. I had no idea.
Oh yeah, they told me to hop on, man. I ain't know either. Bro. They was on my channel like, hey man, why don't you hop on? I said, oh man, I'm over there. I ain't know that he was on.
See, and that's what's up, bro. And then Law was like, man, let's make it work. We made it work, bro. And we can't wait to talk about Detroit. We gonna get into that in our final words. What's up on the super chats, big dog?
I got one from Eternal Dynasty 499 holla. This has they have been sacked 9 times in the last 2 games. Why did they only get to him one time on Sunday? Pass rushers are overrated.
Oh no.
And then I got another one.
Let me address that real quick.
Eternal Dynasty.
Let me address that real quick. Y'all know Miami had Tua has the fastest release in the whole NFL, right? That's gonna hurt. Yeah. Look how close Michael was. If that would have been any other quarterback, Michael would have had 6 sacks that game. You know what I mean? Their system and everything let them get the ball out. Don't just look at stats and say, okay, we suck. You got to look at who we was going against.
For sure. And then Eternal Dynasty once again for the 199 Holly said we had opportunities to get Roquan and DQ said no. I don't know if that was a DQ thing.
I doubt that.
What? I don't know if that was I don't know if that was a DQ thing. I think that was probably more of the Jones and Stephen Jones. I'm not paying you that money thing.
Come on now.
I feel like that was that. Yeah, I don't feel that was on that one. But Common Sense laugh for the $2 holla. He says he speaks his mind. Big game, James is the ish. I appreciate you on that, dog. I can only tell you what I feel.
That's right.
There you go.
You want to get to your super chats, homie?
Yeah, I got 2 super chats. I got Common Sense Lab. He says the GOAT Law Nation sacrifice. That's Uncle Charles right there with that note. Appreciate you, man. And then I got Brandy. She says my neck my back, Tyron Smith, probably.
Ooh, that's
Yes,
cold-blooded.
indeed.
That's
I'm
cold-blooded.
just say this.
That's
I'm just say this.
cold-blooded. No, we ain't
Ty-
doing that.
I
Tyron
like
Smith-
Brandy. Brandy always got them
Brandy-
fire.
Brandy
Brandy always got
cold.
that fire.
God,
Brandy
dog,
always got
Brandy.
that fire. He always brings it.
Yeah.
I
Tyron
appreciate you,
Smith
Brandy,
was
on that
very,
one. I appreciate
very
that
much
one.
so beneficial for our 5-game winning spree. And I get with what you're saying, the OC on Tyron Smith. Me and you've been fighting for like 2-3 years about this. But remember, you were telling us to move on, and remember I said I don't want your future, right? But you are getting close and closer to being absolutely right, bro. It's time. Right now, this is a Band-Aid over a bullet wound, and the only thing that you can do with a bullet wound is extract the bullet and then suture it up. What the Cowboys are doing is just putting a Band-Aid over it, right? And excuse my French, y'all. Why in the hell do you draft Awesome Richard, who had a great camp, right, and who had great time when he was able to play the bench? You gonna have to figure out a way to get him some quality reps. Chuma Edoga, if he wasn't in this game, we win. Believe it or not. And I hate to put stuff all over Schumer, man. He gave a free lane. Looked like he had some type of prize picks or some type of betting app against Dak Prescott. You know what I'm saying? And he hit his spread. Come on, man. And I hate to say this, y'all, but somebody gonna have to explain to me on Terrence Steele, because he's been regressing, and I know that he's recovering. But this is the most pressure he ever gave up in his career. And we playing against a team that can get at the quarterback this week. So we're going to have to make sure that we shore up that, because the tape is out on how to beat Terrence Steele as well.
I'm going to answer that question for you, Law. I'm going to answer that question for you, and I've seen him. Here's the deal. The dude's getting tired. And when you're recovering from an ACL and your muscles are not all the way firing around your kneecap, and you got soft tissue issues going on, bro, you get fatigued and you lack power. Even on some of the one of the highlights that Boss Cowboy cut up on the 3rd and 1, I believe, Terrence Steele got blown up. Lukey got the first down, but Terrence Steele is like 2 steps in the backfield. And look, it's no shade on Terrence Steele at all, because he's a dog, he's a baller. I'm a big fan of Terrence Steele, and I respect him for soldiering through this thing. But the dude's not all the way healthy. And when you don't get a chance to rest and fully rehab when you're in season, that's why you do something called maintenance lifts. But if your leg is only 60 to 70%, you can't fully rehab and rest your leg in the season. You're just making it. And right now, he's trying to make it. He's not going to be who we know he can be until next season. He's tired, man. That leg is getting tired. He's fatigued. All right, look at him on this play. He's fatigued, dude. And the power in that leg and the push and that violence, right? That violence in that leg, bro, it's not there, man. It's not, and it was the other play, boss, who won that play. Yeah, I think it's this one where he kind of get blown. Yeah, he get blown up and pushed back. Like, man, you would never see T. Smith get Terrence Steele get pushed back where he's like this. Look, he looking in the backfield. His man slanted aside. He like, oh well. Up, look at his up, and look, rewind it. Where did he have to push? He had to push off of that ACL repaired left knee. He had to push off that leg, and he don't got the power on that leg. Thus, he gives us the penetration right here. He don't got the power and the explosion on that leg at this point. And I ain't hating on him. I think he's a dog. I think he's the man. He did what he had to do. He got paid. I'm happy for him. But it's just the reality of this thing when you rush players back and the guy's playing on a 60% leg.
So it's only been one solid guy on this offensive line, and that was Tyler Smith. Oh, that's the only one that's been solid.
The best lineman on the line. The best lineman you have is Tyler Smith. That's the best one you got.
And the refs like to call phantom calls on him.
And yeah, they keep calling holding on him.
So jumping into my super chats, and then we go get into our final words. I think Micah would get more holding calls if he played linebacker. You got thoughts on that, Okoye?
Great point, man. I just made that point. Micah, there's 2 reasons Micah doesn't get holding calls, other than the fact that the third one would be the fact that Jerry Jones tried to get rid of the commissioner and they don't play with him like that. You know what I mean? They don't like Jerry. But the other 2 reasons is Micah from the edge, he doesn't have long arms, right? So Micah takes himself to the block, to the contact with his feet. So he runs right into your chest. So sometimes Micah will try to run through you, and they'll get a hold of him because he's bringing himself straight to him, not using his hands. He's trying to use his legs to get around guys. So you see on most of his sacks, he's taking guys right with him to the quarterback because he's not using his arms to extend. You don't see extended arms and a lot of hand fighting to get guys off of him. He might hit you with a chop here or chop there, but usually he runs right through you and he gets up on you so fast that you get a lot of these holds. But he would get more holds from a linebacker position because it's so blatant. He wouldn't have to bring himself to the contact. Micah, I don't know if I can't bring in film, can I?
You can.
I can't bring it. I can?
Yeah.
What do I have to hit to present? I don't know. It might take too long.
How do you share your screen?
There's it says toggle camera view. No.
Oh,
It's the one that like a TV.
Screen
the one that like a TV.
Oh yeah, it's not open. I got it's a link, so it don't even matter. It's a link. It's not a link, but it's a file. I'll have to pull it into the file like I'm used to it from StreamYard, but don't matter. Either way, I had the San Francisco game pulled up where Micah he's off ball. He catches one of the guards in space and he uses his feet to get around him. The guard goes to fall and he just reaches out because there's nothing else he can get a hand on. He reaches out and tries to grab Micah Parsons from there. Those type of grabs are blatant if you're making a guy miss in space and he has to grab you on his way by you because that's the only thing he can do, versus you beelining right into him, taking yourself to him, and then forcing a hold, but you're not gonna get those holds because you're the one forcing the hold. You know what I'm saying? I think if Micah was using his footwork in space, he would force a lot more holds because those guards are lost. They on skates when they're trying to block him, and they have to reach out and grab him from a distance. When you have this much space between you and a guy and he holds you, there's a lot harder to not call that versus you going right into the chest of a guy and then you go to peel away from him and he already got a grip on you. Those are going to get called a lot less than an actual reach hold. And, Micah's not getting those because he's right there up on you and he's running right into the contact. So that's why he's not getting holds.
My boy Common Sense said on the Super Chat, they pay players. They are not big money players. Did you have any thoughts on that, Big?
You said, well, I'm sorry. You said they pay players.
Yeah, that was going back to that
not...
debate. Yeah, that was that debate
he
was having on money. And he said they was basically responding to a Koye.
They paid Diggs.
They paid Diggs. That's what I was about to say.
Market, on the market too. Way
I mean,
way on.
Yeah, I say that if you want to play here, you better be willing to play on the market because the Cowboys ain't trying to pay.
Because
you
the Cowboys are always.
This way out of here is a bag.
Hell no.
You get the bag, you're not staying. If you want to stay here, you make more money and you have a longer career, taking good money and getting extended because you'll make more because you'll get more contracts than you will taking big money here. They're going to try to get you off the books within 2 years, especially if you get hurt. But if you take what you would call team-friendly deals here, you will play here forever. You'll play here forever.
On the open market, how much you think Gallup would have gotten on the open market?
He would have got
not hurt. He wouldn't have did nothing on the open market.
Oh hell no!
We weren't paying him. He was a number 2 receiver. He wouldn't get money.
He would have got $1.
No, he wouldn't get money.
Y'all wouldn't have got.
Y'all gotta know that was a bad bet they put though. They assumed that Micah Gallup was gonna go crazy, but they was trying. They was trying to get the lowball discount. You know what I'm saying?
But we should already know that though. We should already know that though because Dallas loves. I'm not gonna say they love, but when they see you, you should have known that when Gallup was his contract year. As soon as he got hurt, did y'all say, "Yep, Dallas is signing him now" because they looked at, "Oh, you hurt? Now we got a discount." Dallas always does that. If a player gets hurt, they kind of like it because now we don't really got to pay you that money because you need this because these other teams ain't going to pay you that money. So now you kind of stuck with us. So now you got to take this deal. Remember when we had Barry Church on here? Remember when we had Barry Church on here and what he said when he got tore his ACL and he wanted to get that contract and he said he should have waited, but he had to take it because he got hurt. The market wasn't there and he had to get his money. And he said the Cowboys underpaid him on purpose because of that injury. So he said it himself.
Yeah, they did him like that, and then they did Crawford like that. Remember, Crawford got hurt, and they paid him.
This
you get hurt. That's the key. That's the key. You get hurt, they'll pay you real quick.
They're gonna pay you.
My boy Dallas
They
Law
gonna pay.
43 said Okoye's film today on linebacker issues is fire. Watch it, man. That's a dope endorsement.
Yeah,
Appreciate it. He said
Look,
Clark and
for
Will
both
Evans
sides-
at Mike at Sam. Man, yeah. And see, listen, man, the linebacker ideas, now the national media done took off with it. So we did our job.
Yeah, we did it.
They took
Hey, they like,
Coach
they like, they don't
before.
listen to y'all.
And
Bull
it's
sugar,
true.
they listen to us.
Oh, they listening. Oh, yeah, they listening, believe it. The Cowboys linebacker coach never coached linebackers before. Oh, my God. What's
And
your
it
thoughts
shows.
on that, OC? I got to get your thoughts on that.
Oh my God. You never
Man,
coached y'all lie
I
to me,
mean-
man.
I mean, look, man, if you want to hire your nephew and give him a job and let him get in the league and get some experience, I guess the Cowboys are a good place to work for. I just think that this goes back to the previous point that I was about to get into an argument with Big Game James about, is that even if you look at Damone Clark and you look at some of the fundamental habits that he doesn't have, that in part is the coach's responsibility.
Yeah,
Right, because you can't let your player look. If I'm coaching a kid, and I do coach kids, if I'm coaching a kid, I'm not going to allow you to have just basic bad habits for 15 straight weeks, unless I'm just weak or I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I would not allow you to do what you do. So, I mean, this is the Cowboys, deal, man, and you get some more experience in there. Yeah, I see the content about Diggs, man.
No,
Say he wouldn't let his son
that's
sign that
that's
crap.
Coach Fowler.
Oh, that's Coach Fowler?
Yeah.
shit.
That's real. I'm telling you that was team friendly.
Well, I will say this though, it may have been team friendly, and I can maybe agree with that. But he did get hurt, and I'm glad he signed that contract.
Glad he got a deal.
hurt.
Yeah.
Because guess what? It may have been worse.
Facts. That's true.
This all I'm about to say.
That's so
linebacker
So everything
consistent is Darian
everything
Thompson,
we've been
y'all.
asking about, this finna be real quick. Because I know a lot of us up in the air about how the Cowboys like to operate with these contracts, but I'm going to tell you right now, we finna find out everything that we want to know. Because when Micah come down this pipeline, sir,
it's gonna be.
we finna see. That's all I'm gonna say. This gonna be civil war in Cowboy Nation. If they don't pay Micah Parsons, bro, I'm telling you.
No,
he finna
let me go ahead and let me tell you. He's
the one
paid
person that's
quick.
going to
You know
get
why?
paid. He's the one person.
He
that's
He
gonna
gonna get away. Right,
He's the
big.
one-
I'm with
He's
you.
the one person.
Because he could go get
is
money
the
anywhere.
one person
Yeah,
that
they gonna
is
pay
going to
him.
get paid because he is a true kind of generational difference maker. He's getting paid. There ain't no doubt. He ain't getting no undermarket. And Micah talks too much to get underpaid.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
But
And
And he an asshole. Asshole
Look,
get
I ain't
paid.
Hey, yes, I'm
Look,
saying.
I ain't saying he ain't gonna
he can get hurt and still
but you
get
know
paid.
how
No,
the
I know what you
Cowboys
saying.
do.
You saying it's gonna
You
be
know
a
how
show.
the Cowboys
You said it's gonna be a show.
They gon' try to drag you now.
Yeah, they
That's
gonna
all I'm
they gonna try to
saying.
make a show
yeah,
out
they
of it.
gonna
They
try to
ain't
drag
just
it, but
gonna
he
They gonna
gonna
make
get
a
it.
show. They gonna make
Yeah.
reality
They ain't just
TV.
gonna-
Yeah, you right.
Man, look,
You right. They
y'all
gonna
gotta
make
act
reality
like y'all know the
TV.
Cowboy, bro. They ain't finna just walk up
No,
and be like,
no.
"Here, Micah, here's your
I
money."
agree.
No, they gonna drag
No,
you.
I
They
agree
gonna
with
say
that.
all kind of stuff.
Yeah,
And then
they
it's
gonna
gonna
make
be a
it-
show.
They go
That's all
Kim
I'm saying.
Kardashian it. They go reality
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah, they gonna
Yeah, they go put some reality TV.
But he gonna get
juice on
get
it.
his money. That's
Yeah, no
one
doubt.
person gonna get his money.
Yeah, cause Anyway, let me get to back to these super chats, man. I got about 10 more. My boy.
Damn.
Good Lord.
Motherfucker over there eating.
You taking too many breaks.
You know what I'm saying?
Now you got 10 more.
Oh, talking about he over
Y'all
there eating.
talking too damn much, man. That ain't my fault. Y'all preachers up in here be taking 15 damn minutes on every super chat, man. Y'all should be taking 20 seconds. Ain't my fault. Final word, the best
Oh, man.
word. Thank to all of you, man. Appreciate that, big dog. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
And then he say, LT max money 25 mil, LG 20 mil max. Jones knows. See, that was going back to that debate we was having about guard versus tackle, and is Tyler Smith friendliness being used against them, which I'm starting to think it is, to be honest. He say, man, they got to pay Dak. This a $10, bro. Appreciate the 10 bones, homie. He said, man, they got to pay Dak, Micah, and CD. They would let me come play left tackle. They money funny. Nah, bro. I totally disagree. But I appreciate the super chat. And then he say, are we replacing center too?
Oh, we gonna have to look into this center thing, man. I love
Tyler been
my
getting
guy
whooped.
was a Pro Bowl alternate. He was a Pro Bowl alternate. He was a really good guy for you. for the last 2 years. He haven't allowed a single hand on the quarterback. But this year, I know he had the hamstring issue going into the first few games of the season. But right now, man, Biotish, man, and no offense, I know you follow the channel, man, but you've been a liability, man. I'm just saying.
Listen, that ain't easy what Law be doing too, bro.
That easy, well, that's my guy.
Boys gotta respect no media, man. Listen, it ain't easy to say what we gotta say, bro. It is not easy to say what we gotta say, bro. Law be telling it like it is.
They be finding it, man. Look, let it be hard, man.
They be finding it.
Curse be on the channel like, hey, man, what you saying, man?
Hey, man, that's how it
Curse
is,
be
though.
getting ate up, man.
Right after the show, he probably be in them DMs.
So y'all see these super chats, man. They fire. They asking some real good questions up in here. So I got
Salute to
about 7
Curse.
more. I'm almost finished, y'all. He said, Tyler's going to Chuma is a knife. Tyler is a gun. Chuma is a knife.
I love that.
When somebody taking your money, use a gun. Ooh. Yup. And see, that's why the OC mad. Yeah.
Stop, please, come back.
That's why the OC mad. And then we got 2 bones from Dallas Law. He said, Chuma 2, love the show. You know. And then he said, wait. Somebody say, wait, OC using big words? It's going down. Man,
the OC 5, man.
You must be new, bro. The OC always use big words, bro. That's who he is, bro. Come on,
that's who he is. The thesaurus.
Boy, that boy is a thesaurus for real. My boy Dallas Law 43 said, explain Gilmore, curse, etc. under bastard theory. So that's a very, very, I will say it's some exceptions to the bastard theory. And the bastard theory is the exception in safety, which makes me think it's Joe Witt. Because when you the only room where the bastard theory don't work, that means
every
likely
bastard in that room.
That means your coach must be putting his foot down on who go play. For real. To me, that's telling me Joe Witt, because the safety room is the only place I see the exception of bastards versus sons. Keeping it real. You know what I'm saying?
I know homegrown though.
Yeah, because Izzy don't play. Yeah,
exactly.
I'll put one in over Curse, or I figure out a way to put Bell in Curse spot. Oops, I said that out loud, did not.
Yep.
All right, so but it's just what it is, man. I think that Gilmore right now, he's probably be the best DB in the NFC. Is he? Come on, if you really do it, if you really think about it.
I'm trying to think.
Is he?
I'm really thinking.
No. The kid in Saints land. Ward. Now NFC East.
Yeah,
NFC. AFC's got good DBs.
Nah, Ward the
NFC?
best. Ward is the
Davis
best.
Ward.
Yes, I gotta go with Ward.
Oh yeah. Ward. Yeah. Ward.
Travaris Ward.
Yeah.
Y'all got Travaris Ward over Bland?
Yes.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Easy. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's the degree of difficulty, bro. It's the degree of difficulty.
What?
See, Bland been taking the number 2, bro. He been taking the number 2 and number 3. It's the same. This the same thing you did with Jordan Lewis, Koye, and we ain't gonna let you do it over here at the Fighter Word, bro. We ain't gonna let you get away with that over here, bro.
We gonna do another show.
Yeah, we'll do another show, man. But I did say this, and I mean this. I mean this. If a Koye say something, I'm gonna double check it.
Double check it.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna double check it.
All you gotta do is go look up his advanced stats. Look up Travaris Ward's advanced stats.
Nah, I ain't looking up no stats. I gotta look at it all. I gotta look at the film.
Okay,
I gotta look at the matchups and the advanced stats.
Travaris Ward plays zone, and he got
help.
Bland is manning up everybody, every play. He manned up most plays, bro.
Let me ask you this,
but it's the degree of difficulty of Koye when you taking on the number 2 and the number 3.
Hell to cover. I don't care who you cover.
See, because they putting Gilly on the number 1s for a reason. They've been doing that for the last 4 weeks.
No, because Gilly's been better since Seattle game. I think Bland got smacked up.
And Seattle, Bland got
since I got you here.
Bland got cooked versus the Chargers too. Herbert just missed.
Would you take Jack Jones now? Would you take Jack Jones now and put him over your guy Lewis?
Man, look, Law, how you start this debate, bro? Well,
I'm just asking just straight up, like Jack Jones. I know we seeing him shining in Raiders land, but would you take him now and put him down inside on this
over J. Lou?
J. Lou right now.
I will put Izzy over J. Lou right now, so that's not that hard.
Wait, hold on. I gotta put the
I
camera
ride
on you.
with
You
Izzy,
gotta.
though.
You wait. Let's go.
I would.
Go.
I
Go.
would.
Go.
I would. I would make them split time. I don't think that Izzy, the performance that Izzy put up in that Tampa Bay game, for him to never see the field now other than at safety, makes zero sense to me. So, yeah, when I looked at the way Izzy played in the Tampa Bay game in the playoffs when it counted, does J. Lou ball? Yeah, J. Lou's a good player. I like J. Lou, but J. Lou was the fourth corner coming into the season for a reason. And I think that J. Lou's a good quality nickel back. I think that he plays well. I think that he should be rotating though with Izzy, because I think when we play against those teams that have either 3 good receivers or 3 big receivers, especially when we play like teams like Seattle, I think that Izzy can give you something in the nickel, and we don't use him there. We use Wanye there, so that lets you know that there's a problem that they have internally with Izzy, and it has nothing to do with the way he plays football. Nothing. So I don't know what it is, but it's political. So Zach Jones, if you say would I take him, I wouldn't take the chemistry off of the field. Like J. Lou is here. I don't like new players coming in the middle of a season trying to learn the scheme and play over a guy that's been here. I think J. Lou will still beat him out. But I think Izzy, if you want to argue, the guy that could challenge J. Lou is internal, and that's Izzy.
Let me say something real quick. I gotta say this too, man. Just being very measured. I did a show yesterday where I went on about a 15-minute rant on my anger when them old media people was trying to come at Law, Okoye, and Tuck. This is why I was so pissed. Because I know, and I said this because I know the character of Okoye, bro. And let me tell you what pissed me off. Because, see, he's showing it today. He not afraid to say something that's different. He not afraid to go against the crowd. Now, keep in mind, he had J. Lou's back 1,000%, but he still has the integrity to give his opinion on Izzy getting shared time with him. That is truly putting the Cowboys first, bro. See, that's why I said what I said yesterday. It's like, nah, even if we disagree, it's going to be with respect because of the way that these guys go about it. So I brought this up to say this, and I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of getting sick of my boy Koye being about a week or two ahead of me. It's starting to piss me off, bro. Because, see, listen, me and him debated Anthony Brown, bro, and I was like, hold on real quick, hold on. Let me hit the button, bro. I was over here like, hold on, I got the button.
Oh, hell no.
I was like, oh, man, I'm talking about we on the phone like, no, bro.
Yeah, he was cursing me out,
but he was 2 weeks ahead of me. And then I caught up to him. I was like, he right. He was 2 weeks ahead of me on J. Lou.
When he went down too, yeah.
Yeah, let me just say this, man. I promise you, if he said, I'm gonna go double look. Because I know my man do work. That's all I wanted to say, man. Good job on all the work you do. And this is an example of integrity, man, of your work. I just wanted to say this. So let's get it to our
and it's close between them two. I'll just say this. Like, it's not like I think that Izzy just washes J. Lou. It's just Izzy is a weird freak athlete that can play. Other than Wanye,
safety.
Izzy is the most versatile DB we have. Wanye is Izzy, then is Wanye. Izzy can play outside. He can play nickel. He can play in Kers's spot. He can play single high. For that to not make it to the field makes very little sense to me. Wanye can play. He actually showed on that fade route he can play some outside too. But Wanye can play nickel, single high, and box. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So both of those guys are very versatile DBs. So I'm not coming at J. Lou when I say this. Just you got a guy that's 6'4", 212, the size of Darren Woodson, but can run and open his hips, you know, and get in and out of breaks like a little guy. That's hard to do, and to not develop that is a disservice because it's not his height. Because Nashawn is tall, but Nashawn can't cut and get in and out of breaks like Izzy can. Izzy can get in and out of breaks, got good length, can press. So that's just creating an obstacle for any offense to have to deal with that length and his ability to cover. Like, that's just hard to deal with. You know what I mean? And he can hit. So It's just that's crazy. He a safety that can play corner like a real corner. You know what I mean?
So we
I
gonna
like
get
it.
into our final words now. I think we start with you, Landlord. And
On the final word.
And throwing in Detroit, getting ready for Detroit.
Okay, as far as Detroit go, you know, they got a couple of my Bama guys over there, so you know. That boy Jahmyr Gibbs, he nice, man. He been turning up lately. You know, I think he kind of started a little slow, but he's been on a little tear lately, man. He got a lot of speed, very elusive. That's his game. And you know, our boy Jameson Williams too, man. He's a speed guy. So, but I think the key to this game is gonna be rattle Jared Goff. We got to get Goff off his spots. We done seen Jared Goff look real bad. If you can get some pressure on him, I feel like you can make Goff look real bad.
They made him look like a golfer.
Yeah. It's like if you can get him.
Look at him. Why y'all use these pictures before?
Hey man, I'm dirty.
Look,
he's
a guy.
Go ahead, Landlord. My bad.
Yeah, you good. He's a guy that needs everything to be okay. He need to be clean. But I feel like if you can get him off platform, that's when he get in trouble. That's when you can, you know, really take advantage of him and get his timing knocked off. I think Micah Parsons need to be back there a lot. You know, we need to use him all around the board, like we've been seeing, you know. And you already know I wasn't the biggest, you know, supporter of that. But once they showed me a different light with more information, I opened up a little bit on it. And then I seen his performance at Miami. I'm like, hey, it looked like his instincts won't hold him back no more. So hey, let him do it. Like let him run free. So hey, we need to see Micah take it up another notch, blitz from all these different angles, and really, really affect Jared Goff and get him off his spots. That's the most important thing on this. Because if you keep him clean, you see DQ, he changed his whole philosophy against Miami. He didn't really blitz to her. I want him to get back to the normal DQ this game. You know what I'm saying? Go get out to Jared Goff and get him off his spots. But I think that's pretty much my take on Detroit.
My final words is, first of all, very dope show. When you get Okoye and Landlord together for the first time.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And unexpected. Come on, y'all. Y'all got your money's worth today. You really did. That's number one. Number two, I already told everybody, man, that I done jumped off the emotional roller coaster of the rest of the regular season. I expect us to win this game. I think Dallas go come into this game very motivated. This is going to be a dogfight. But in terms of style making fights, this is a game that fit Dallas for sure. But even if we lose this game, I'm not necessarily looking no more at the wins and losses. I'm more so looking at how we play, and are we developing guys and getting guys ready for the playoffs. So the things that I want to see is I want to see if they're going to implement some common sense if Tyron Smith can't play. I want to see if they're going to put Tyler Smith at that left tackle and then do the appropriate things at guard. I want to make sure that my defense is still functioning under what I call the Rod Marinelli standard. It's not even about assignment. It's more so about how you play. So how they played in Buffalo wasn't it. I saw Okoye say, isn't it amazing what just physicality can do? You know what I mean? Just the way that you play. You know? So I want to see that. If I see that and I see the physicality and I see Micah setting the tone, not being friendly, all that kind of stuff, I'm not going to be on no kind of emotion regardless of whatever happened. I'm just not doing that. Now, it's going to be some people, if we lose, it's going to be the skies falling, all this, typical shit we do. But I'm not finna be on that, for sure. So my final words is, man, let's finish this thing out strong. But more importantly, I want to see the common sense thing showing me that y'all getting ready to do what need to be done in the playoffs. That's my final word. It's on you, Okoye.
Oh, all right, bet. I ain't know. I saw the camera. That's me. The way I look at it is like this, man. The Detroit game, I like what Landlord said about getting Goff off of his spot. And I feel like if you get Goff off of his spot, you do disrupt him. But the one thing that worked for Miami can work for Detroit just as well. And they actually are a little bit more efficient at it. and that's the ground game, man. And the Detroit is our last real test to see and to prepare ourselves for how to go into playoff football and play playoff football, because we're going to get ran at. We're going to get tested, especially on the road. And if you're not shoring up the run in the Detroit game, and you're going into the playoffs just hoping that you got it. And I don't want to go in hoping that we got it. We have the personnel. We need to experiment with the personnel changes that we talked about, whether that be, playing 3-4 or moving Micah Parsons off the ball. We play 3-4 probably like 2 or 3 snaps a game. We need to do it a little bit more or move Micah Parsons off the ball this game more. Not saying he shouldn't get in the backfield or blitz at all. I'm just saying they need to move him around, make him the chess piece that he is, because I think that's the way you eliminate or even discourage run plays. And if we're not doing that and getting ready for the playoffs, then that means we're trying to figure it out on the fly, in the wild card week or however we shape out. If we second, I doubt we'd be second though, but however we shape out, we probably going to be playing the wild card week. And if we playing wild card week, we're going to get ran at, and we can't try to figure that out right there live. You know what I mean? We need to take this game very serious, and test these guys as far as the personnel usage that we use versus run, because I think it's less about ability and more about stubbornness from a personnel usage standpoint. And the one thing Law said earlier that I gotta speak on is because it's true, but you don't want it to be true, because this player does play well. But him being here forces us into certain personnel packages that we don't stray away from, because for some reason we want to keep him on the field. And that's number one. That's J-Ron Curse. J-Ron Curse I like a lot. But to keep him on the field, we will have him play middle linebacker like we had him play last game. We will have him play, box safety. We'll have him play single high safety like he was in the Bills game for some penalties. And just to keep him on the field, we will sacrifice other positions. The only thing we need to do to play a full-time 3-4 is remove him from the field. Or, Dono, either one of those guys can come off the field for some snaps so that you can get a true linebacker in the middle of the field and actually shut down the run. And the stubbornness in not doing that shows on the film to a guy, like they say, we just YouTubers, right? But I can see it. So if I can see it, your offensive coordinators that are playing you can see it. And that's a problem.
Oh, man. Damn, boy.
You ain't lying.
That's my final word.
Oh, man. Very good final word. Oh, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you talk about this coming game and the Dallas Cowboys, they need to make certain key adjustments in order to be prepared to win in the playoffs. And at this point, that's all I'm concerned about. If Jared Goff somehow remains clean in the pocket, he's better than what you think. So you definitely need to be very intentional at applying pressure, because, listen, the Lions offensive line, they are not a bad group. They got some good players there. So Dan Quinn is going to have to come out and be aggressive and really make them one-dimensional. And when you make them one-dimensional, then comes to the second part. You're going to have to give Evans some tick. You're going to have to play Micah Parsons off ball. You need to hit them in the mouth, because this team has the personality and character attributes of their head coach, Dan Campbell, which is a tough guy mentality, a physical mentality. They're going to come out, they're going to fight. And so you're going to have to match their intensity and their effort. Offensively speaking, Mike McCarthy is going to have to coach a game where he adjusts to the adjustments against the maestro. I'll call him Vic Franchone. He actually got out coached for probably the middle part of that game, where he didn't make adjustments and he wasn't able to successfully get the offense going. He's going to have to make adjustments, and Dak Prescott is going to need to be on the edges of that defense with some play action passes. They're going to try to hunt Dak Prescott, especially if they try to start Chuma again. All right, even with we talked about Steele and his time in rehabbing and getting back. Listen, the last game, Hutchinson actually gave Terrence Steele some problems. He gave him some problems. So we're going to have to play action pass. We're going to need to be effectively able to run the football to come out here with the W versus his team. That's my final word.
Good one, man. Hold on real quick. I got to even...
The OC.
No emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight
business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
I felt that one. Felt that all the way. Big. He looked like he froze or he gone.
Frozen. He frozen.
Big! Wake up, Big! We too old for this, Big! Rick!
Hey,
not
listen,
the weapons, yo.
listen, we just got the best compliment you could ever get right here, man. See, because I know coming from this particular person is sincere. Coach Fowler, who's the dad of Fowler Jr., said, man, I love your show. I always speaking the truth. I always finding solutions to the problems. Great job by all of you, man. I appreciate that, especially coming from you. Because I could just tell he that type that speak his mind, he with the shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's some people that when they tell you they mean it, they ain't gonna sugarcoat it, you know? So coming from you, that means a lot. We really appreciate it. Law, final words.
No doubt, man. Salute to Coach Fowler. Wonderful job on raising a true edge rusher guy, that can stop the run and do all those great things, man. So salute to Coach Fowler. But speaking of this team, we're going to need edge rushers in this game to put pressure on Goff. We're going to need for us to play a complete game on defense, and we're going to need linebackers to play linebacker stuff. So these last two games, we got to finish out strong, and we got to figure out a way to complete those issues, whether it be penalties, red zone efficiency, and on top of that, running the ball. Two things travel. And we've seen that in these last two away games. Defense travel, run game travel. And we have been inefficient in the run game. So we're going to have to step up the run game this game. And on top of that, we got to continue to strive with our defense. I'm still with the belief that the offense is still a little ahead of the defense. And that's okay. I know for sure that when we get into these playoff games, anything that we are holding back, we got to make sure we release those things and let's go. I think that the Cowboys in this particular game and these last two games just need to focus in on continuing to spam Lamb, go with these order of operations. Lamb, Ferguson, Brandon Cooks, Kevontae Turpin. Those should be our offensive weapons. And, of course, always with the run game with Tony Pollard, not just him being the every down back, but make sure that you are split back in these things. Rico in these last two games been minimized. We need to get Rico going a little bit more and understand that we kind of looked at this year and put everything as far as our chips on the table with Tony Pollard, but we are seeing that now Tony Pollard is nothing more than a Robin. He's nothing more than the Luigi. He's not Mario. Ooh. He is the secondary person. And, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. He is the sidekick. He's not the main kick. So whatever you say that, and I'm not going to say chick or anything like that, but Tony Pollard, he works better when it's two, not just him by himself. And there's no shade at Tony. That's just what I'm saying.
Tell me how you feeling still, Law.
Let me wrap it up real quick, then, Cowboy Nation.
That was being nice.
Damn. If that's being nice.
Hey, man.
He shot him up.
Hey. Well, you messed up my prize pick, man.
My bad, bro. Go ahead.
It's online, you know what I'm saying? I said, man, who's paying you? You know what I'm saying? You made a lot of people rich, man, by not running it inside. Oops, I'm talking too loud. All right. Cowboy Nation, man. Hey, it's a pleasure with Okoye, my guy, Landlord, hey, the OC, Big Game James, and Boss Cowboy Sports. Let's continue to grind, baby. Hey, let's go. DC for life, not for short. Let's get it. Free Micah Parsons. Hold it.
Free Evans.
Micah don't want to 3-5.
Let's go! Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up.
What up? We gotta go out on that button, bro.
All right, hey, Tony Pollard. Hey, J-Ron Curse. I know I told you got iron and board hips, and that's okay. You're tall like an avatar. But hey.
Not the one who made the rules. Right. Do it.
Come on.
Right. Do it.
Hey, we got to get this dog, baby.
Let's go.
I just want to run it up.
Free Free Evans, man. Free Evans. Hashtag Free Evans. Yes. Free Evans. We need some downhill. We need to be ready for the playoffs. I want to see it.
Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. Oh. I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately I just wanna run it up.